The major question as I travel around the country and in various venues and even on the web, the World Wide Web, which is we get information that people ask, who is or was Frank Silvera? Frank Silvera, he was originally from Kingston, Jamaica, born in 1914, and passed at an untimely accidental death in Los Angeles in his home and while working on a kitchen accident. We lost him, and it just devastated the theater and the arts community because he was our leader. He typified and he personified the excellence in the arts and theater. He had come to Los Angeles to work in films like Viva Zapata starring Marlon Brando. And he brought the first James Baldwin play, which is now classic, Eight Man Corner. Originally brought it from Los Angeles, his company, Frank Silvera Theater being. He brought that to Broadway in 1964. And we said, we need to do something to develop new playwrights, and because there were almost no venues for writers of color to go and to get his or her work read aloud, critiqued, and to put it out there and get some movement. And so it took us a while. I was stage managing River Niger by Joseph Walker on Broadway at that time. And so by 1973, we decided that we would do something, and we booked the theater, which is no longer there now. It's where all those Arthur Miller plays and where Off-Broadway was born in that area down around 34th and Broadway. It was called the Martinique Theater. It's no longer there now. It's gone. But it was a historical area. So at that time, we came in, Joan Sandler of the old Black Theater Alliance, bless her heart, she's still working in the arts and a real supporter, said, go see Hazel Bryant, who is in the Martinique Theater. And we made a deal with Hazel Bryant. Know what I say, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.
Greetings and welcome to the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop New Play Reading Series. Special thanks to the Billie Holiday Theater for partnering with us to make this reading possible. Immediately following this reading, there'll be a moderated critique session where you can offer direct feedback about what you've just watched to the playwright. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're so pleased to present Prenuptial Disagreements by J.T. Smith and directed by Rhonda Passion Hansome.
Prenuptial Disagreements by J.T. Smith, directed by Rhonda Passion Hansome. The characters are Vanessa, 21, played by
Jade Kane.
Marcus, 25, played by
Carlton King.
Penelope, 54, played by
Joanne Cleghorn.
Boy, 24, played by
Pamela Monroe.
Mr. Bobby, 59, played by
Gil Tucker.
Ripley, 54, played by
Natasha Yvette Williams.
Massaquoi, 24, played by
Nick Brown.
Deacon Jones, 57, played by
Ralph McCain.
And Rachel, 25. Scene 1, lights up on the Whetstones' living room. Nice Victorian furniture and abstract paintings decorate the room. On one of the walls hangs a huge portrait of a distinguished elderly Black man wearing a Black judicial robe. A wireless speaker on the coffee table plays hip-hop music softly as Vanessa and Marcus sit on the couch playing a video game on the TV in front of them.
Ooh, you about to owe me some money?
Dream on, baby sister.
Vanessa twists and turns as she presses buttons on her control. Her efforts pay off.
Bam! What now? Pay up.
Run it back, double or nothing.
I don't want no problems when you lose again. I'm collecting funds for next semester.
Whatever.
Game on, sucker.
The two begin working their game controls again.
What time your mama's supposed to get back?
She's your mama too, and meeting should be over at 5.
I need to be home by then. I have more studying to do.
No, you need to stay and get this over with. She's gonna be pissed enough when she finds out. Dude, roll you a set and just tell her.
Thanks for the sagacious advice.
Whatever, bro.
They battle a few seconds more on their controls.
You running out of men for me to kill? Focus.
I'm worried about how she's gonna react.
You should be. You know how your mama is.
She's your mama too. How'd that court date go?
Judge dropped all the charges. He agreed it was a simple misunderstanding.
Oh, of course it was. How could mama know that when that man at Macy's told her strip down facing him, he meant her credit card?
You still shouldn't have kicked him in the nuts.
Yeah, true that.
The front door opens and in walks Penelope in mid-conversation on her cell phone. She locks the door behind her as she continues her call.
It'll work out in the end, Sister Jenkins. Trust me. He might not come when you call him, but he'll be there on time. She'll get hers. Don't you worry. Thanks. And bless your heart, too. Bye, dear. What a moron.
She takes one step further, stops, and turns toward her children.
Is that dope music playing in my home?
Vanessa reaches over and turns the speaker off.
Sorry, Mama. Didn't know you was coming home early.
How did the meeting at church go?
You had to break up another fight?
Penelope drops her bag on the table and walks to her wet bar. She opens a bottle of liquor and pours a drink.
These saved Negroes in Harlem are something else. Sister Jenkins and Sister Jackson went at it this time.
Over what?
Sister Jenkins' husband. Somebody posted on Facebook a picture of Tyrone Jenkins and the widow Jackson smiling together on the boardwalk at Atlantic City.
What was wrong with that?
He was supposed to be in Houston that weekend at a plumbers convention.
Oops.
Exactly. Anything new with you, son? You haven't been to see your mother in a while?
No, not really.
Marcus has some exciting news for you, Mama.
Nessa.
Yeah. What is it?
I have a new girlfriend.
You got a new what?
I met a nice girl.
Okay.
That's it.
No, it ain't.
Nessa.
Do it again. I dare you.
What's going on with you two?
Nothing, Mama.
So why haven't I met this new girlfriend of yours?
Marcus sets down his game control, stands and crosses to his mother. Vanessa keeps gaming.
Mama, you know how you've treated my girlfriends in the past that I've introduced you to?
What are you talking about?
You always found something wrong with them that caused them to kick me to the curb.
I do no such thing.
You forgot what happened when he dated Keisha?
Mind your business, Vanessa. And for the record, Keisha had issues. I did you a favor when I called the cops on her, Marcus.
There was nothing wrong with Keisha.
She sold drugs to her own people.
Mama, she worked at CVS.
Same difference.
Remember Tanya?
Stay in your lane, Vanessa. I won't warn you again. And just so the both of you know, Tanya was too needy.
How can you say that? Tanya has her own business. She never asked me for anything.
Then she was too independent. That's even worse. I'm glad I reported her restaurant to the Board of Health. And whoever said I planted those mouse droppings in the food prep area is a lie.
Mama, they got you on the security camera doing it.
They ain't got me on no damn camera, Marcus. I want you to have a nice girl to settle down with. And after you finish law school and get your practice established, I'll find you one.
Too late.
What was that?
She's talking about the game.
No, I'm not. He gave her a ring.
Penelope steps toward Marcus as he takes a big step backwards.
You did what?
I asked her to be my wife.
You got engaged to some woman I've never met. What are you hiding, Marcus? Is she pregnant?
No.
Got crooked teeth?
No.
She steps to her son.
I hope she ain't from Jersey. Marcus, you know how I hate those bozos over there. Too cute to pump their own gas.
She's from Queens.
Then what's the issue? I can tell you're hiding something, boy.
Oh, that's it.
Nessa.
What is she talking about?
My fiance, she has an unusual name.
What's the girl's name? I asked you a question, boy.
Bingo.
Her name is Boy. Her name is spelled B-O-I.
Let me get this straight. You're engaged to a girl named Boy?
Yes.
What the hell?
She's an only child, Mama, and her father really wanted a son.
I wanted a pony real bad when I was a kid. But did I name your ass Trigger?
Oh, Mama.
No dice. Go tell your boy that you two just got unengaged. I will not have you marrying into an obviously dysfunctional family.
But she makes me happy.
Couldn't care less. We're going to hit delete on this engagement.
You're impossible.
And I'm still your mother. Do as I say.
And if I don't?
What was that?
When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things, Mom.
Bible quotes, huh? I guess this is what I get for sending you behind a Catholic school.
I'm going to marry her.
You really love this boy?
Yes.
And this boy loves you?
Yes.
So you having sex with this boy?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean...
For me?
Dang, Mama, this ain't the first 48.
You know what? You know what? Never come over for dinner this weekend.
What for?
If you love this woman like you say, I should at least give her the benefit of the doubt. Your late father taught me that. Maybe this boy is the girl for you. But I won't know until I meet her. Bring her over here on Friday.
Are you serious?
I am.
No funny business.
Nada. I do solemnly swear.
Right. Thanks. I'll go tell her right now.
Marcus gives his mother a kiss. He then sneaks upon Vanessa and smacks her head.
That's for being a snitch.
Vanessa jumps off the couch and chases him.
Bye, Mama. Love you.
Marcus runs out the front door with Vanessa hot on his heels. They leave the front door open. Penelope crosses to the door and closes it.
How can the son of one of this city's most brilliant judges ever be so damn stupid?
She stands in front of her late husband's portrait and gazes up at it.
Thelma, please look down on your son and give his dumb ass some common sense. Thanks, dear.
Penelope exits. Scene 2. Lights up on Ripley's Cafe. The small lounge has a large flat screen television facing the bar area. Blues music plays softly in the background. Boy wipes the counter clean. Marcus walks into the cafe and sneaks up behind her. He places his hands over her eyes.
Guess who?
Tyrone.
What?
I could smell your cologne as you crept up behind me.
You got jokes.
She turns around.
Kiss me.
The two embrace in a passionate kiss.
Aren't you supposed to be studying?
I had to come see you first.
Why?
Marcus sits at the bar.
Well, my mother wants to see you.
Boy stands
Wow.
behind him and starts caressing his shoulders.
You finally told her about me.
It was Big Mouth Vanessa.
Mm. Well, I'm glad somebody did.
Listen, you do not understand.
I've begged you for months to introduce me to her. I work behind a bar, but I know how to handle difficult people.
You don't know my mother. She can be very uncivil.
How can your mother be obnoxious and have a wonderful son like you?
I take after my dad.
Massaquoi enters the cafe and heads behind the counter.
Any more orders?
Not yet.
Then I will start on rotating the stock in a freezer.
Okay.
He looks at Marcus.
Hi.
Hello?
Massaquoi goes into the kitchen.
Who's old boy?
Our new delivery guy, Massaquoi.
Where's he from with that accent?
Ghana. So, when do I get to meet your mother?
She wants you to come over Friday. But if you have to work, she'll understand.
I can get the day off.
Boy walks to the end of the bar and begins wiping it. Marcus jumps up and follows her.
Hey, baby, I really don't want you missing work.
I can switch shifts with someone. You're trying to further delay me meeting your mother.
Hell yeah.
At this moment, Mr. Bobby walks in and sits at the bar. Boy and Marcus are too deep in their discussion at the other end of the bar to notice.
Marcus, I'm going to have to meet her sooner or later. So let's just get this over with.
It's not that easy.
Be there in a second, Mr. Bobby.
Look, I need to go study. Call me when you get home tonight.
Deal.
They kiss again. Marcus exits. Boy walks over to Mr. Bobby.
Hi. The usual.
Boy walks to the cooler and gets a beer. She pours it in a glass.
Anything special planned for the weekend?
Well, I'm retired. Every day's a weekend for me.
She hands him the beer. Mr. Bobby throws it down.
Hit me again.
Of course.
She serves him another beer.
Who is that young man?
My fiance, Marcus Whetstone.
Oh, you getting married?
Yes.
Ooh, I remember when I was young and stupid too. New beer.
She serves him another.
What's wrong with being in love?
Nothing wrong with being in love. Getting married is the stupid part.
What's wrong with marriage?
Everything.
Why you say that?
As soon as you sign that piece of paper, your situation changes.
How so?
There's no longer a quest to win your spouse. You got him. The thrill of the hunt is gone. Soon you won't be doing things for him because you want to. You'll be doing things for him because if you don't want to hear his damn mouth, you know?
It's really like that.
No, worse.
Ripley enters from the back carrying liquor bottles. She goes behind the bar and sets them on the shelf.
Oh, Mr. Bobby, how long you been retired?
10 years now.
Well, what else do you do all day besides drink?
I smoke cigars and I know things.
You paid for that drink yet?
Putting it on my tab.
Oh, I'm tired of you getting twisted in here and then claiming you don't remember all the drinks on your tab. Just pay up.
What?
Pay me. Better yet, give me something extra towards your next tab. I know you got it. It's the beginning of the month.
You can't be serious, Ripley.
How How many did he polish off already, boy?
That's number 3.
Ripley holds out her hand. Mr. Bobby retrieves his wallet and opens it. It's full of bills.
Ooh, look at all that pension money.
Mr. Bobby fishes bills out of his wallet.
I monitored crooks, creeps, and crazies for 30 years as a correction officer. So don't you worry about my pension none. I earned every dollar this year.
He offers her money.
I hope you choke on it.
Whatever.
She snatches the bills out of his hand. She counts the money before putting it in her register. She turns back to Mr. Bobby.
Now, what were you lying about the boy before I walked in?
He was warning me about getting married.
Well, just because you're a chronic divorcee, why impede her happiness?
You know, you sound exactly like my second wife, Renee.
Well, how's that?
She had a big mouth, too. I was giving boy pearls of wisdom, if you must know. But young folks never listen to good advice. Lord knows I didn't back in the day. My daddy warned me not to fall in love when I moved up here from South Carolina. If I'd have listened, my life would have been way better.
In what way?
When I met my first wife, all my friends warned me not to marry her. But I thought she was the greatest thing since instant grits. I went on and jumped the broom with her. 3 months later, we divorced over religious differences.
Religious differences?
Yeah, she thought she was God and I didn't.
Stop turning this girl against getting married.
Would you do it again?
What, you trying to get slapped?
Okay, you guys are scaring me.
Listen, marriage isn't all that awful. It has its good days and its bad weeks. Now listen, I'm kidding.
I'm not. Marriage is unnatural. Humans aren't supposed to spend their whole life with the same partner. No animal does that.
What about swans?
Huh?
I read that swans mate for life.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And swans are stupid. I gotta go play my numbers. For you, boy.
Thanks.
And only you.
Get on out of here.
Mr. Bobby exits. Boy begins to wipe off the bar.
Now, don't you let Mr. Bobby worry you none about getting married, boy.
What worries me is that I'm engaged to Marcus, but I haven't met his mother yet.
Why not?
From the way he describes her, it sounds like she's kind of effed up.
Ooh, then maybe you do need to listen to Mr. Bobby.
Say what?
That's why me and Leroy divorced. His mother was like a case of hemorrhoids, a pain in the ass. Go meet this woman and see if she's really effed up.
And if so?
Give Marcus back his ring. You don't want that kind of drama, trust me.
Ripley walks back into the kitchen as Boy contemplates the advice she just received. Scene 3. Lights up on the Whetstone living room. Vanessa is sitting on the couch, gaming once again. Penelope enters.
No, you aren't still sitting there playing games when I gave you an errand.
Did it already.
You went to the store that fast.
Ordered it on my phone.
The doorbell buzzes.
That should be them now.
Who?
Liquor Express.
You serious?
Free delivery when you spend over $50.
The bell buzzes again. Penelope heads to the door.
I put it on your credit card so there's nothing to pay.
Penelope reaches the front door, opens it, grabs a bag from the unseen delivery person's arms, and then slams the door closed.
Really, Mama?
What?
You're not gonna tip the delivery person?
For doing their damn job? Please.
Vanessa turns back and continues playing her game. Penelope walks to the wet bar and pulls 2 bottles of liquor out of the bag. She opens one of them and pours herself a shot.
I can't wait to meet this boy. Hmm. The nerve of your brother, engaged to a barmaid. The next time he tries some crap like this, I'm going to take him for an evaluation.
Vanessa
you know this
stops gaming and turns around.
How you know there's gonna be a next time?
I hope these Negroes show up with an appetite. I made a large meatloaf casserole.
Damn, I thought you cooked something we could actually eat.
Watch your mouth.
At the front door, Marcus peeps his head in. He steps in and surveys the area suspiciously.
What you doing?
Looking around.
For what?
Nothing.
Where's your boy?
Right here.
Boy slowly enters the house. She is dressed in a nice blouse, dark slacks, and heels. Marcus takes her hand.
Mother, this is my love, Boy Johnson.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Whetstone.
Whatever.
Penelope takes a seat in her armchair.
Hi, boy.
Vanessa, nice to see you again.
Dinner ready? We have to eat and run. There's a new movie we're going to see tonight.
Oh, which one?
Hold My Mule?
Is that the one with Denzel?
Yeah. He plays a hardworking peanut farmer in Georgia whose house gets burned down by the Klan.
And then he steals a John Deere and hunts them down for revenge. I heard it's so good.
Who's not done yet? You two, come and sit. We'll chat before we eat.
Marcus leads Boy over to the couch, but he stops and examines it first.
Are you inspecting my couch?
No reason.
Satisfied it's safe, Boy and Marcus sit.
So, what's for dinner?
Another meatloaf casserole.
Why'd she do that? I was hoping she'd cook something we could actually eat.
That's what I said.
Boy, please tell me a little about your background.
There's really not that much to tell. I was born in Queens. My dad was born in Teaneck, and my mom's from Newark.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I have 45 credits towards an associate's degree in nursing. And as soon as I save the money, I plan to complete the remaining hours that I need. And currently, I work at my friend's business. That's where I met Marcus.
I bumped into her at Ripley's Cafe while I was hanging out with some fellow law students.
He was drunk and vomited on me as I was serving his table another round of drinks.
we were celebrating the end of final exams. The main thing is we did meet, right?
That's right, pumpkin.
They share a quick kiss.
You're a waitress, Boy.
Yes.
Do you have any children?
No.
You've never been knocked up?
Mother.
I'm sorry.
Let me change the subject. What church do you attend?
None at the moment.
What's the matter? Don't you believe in Jesus?
Oh, here we go.
I believe in Jesus Christ. I also believe spirituality is something you practice daily, not just Sunday mornings in a sanctuary. It's what's in your heart, how you treat others, that counts. Going to church doesn't make a person a Christian any more than you standing in a museum would make you a piece of art.
A piece of work, maybe.
What was that?
Nothing.
Marcus and I do plan to find a church to attend before we get married.
The couple smile at each other and share another brief kiss. Penelope stands and walks to the wet bar. She grabs some liquor and pours herself another drink.
Boy, would you like something?
Oh, no, thanks. I don't indulge.
You do work at a bar, right?
Yes, but I don't drink. Matter of fact, my parents don't allow alcohol in their home.
Aren't they from Jersey?
What does that have to do with?
Hey, did Vanessa tell you that she's planning to study abroad next semester?
Huh?
She's going to attend NYU Paris, right, Nessa?
That's nice. Mrs. Whetstone, you asked about my parents being from Jersey.
Nessa's going to learn how to cook while she's over there too, right, Nessa?
Good for her. May I ask where your parents are from, Mrs. Whetstone?
Nana's from Petersburg, and my granddad's from Richmond, right, Nessa?
I see. Virginia folks.
What? You got something against people from Virginia?
Not sure. You got something against people from New Jersey?
I like her.
My mother don't have much against people from Jersey, right, Nessa?
I can speak for myself, Marcus. Boy, I'm going to cut to the chase now. As a mother, it's my duty to protect the best interests of my offspring. Even Vanessa here.
Hey.
That being said, I have a maternal obligation to make sure you are not seeking my son's affections for financial gain.
Mother.
It was Marcus who pursued me, Mrs. Whetstone, not the other way around.
My son has been known to use poor judgment.
Marcus told me his father was a very wise man. I wonder where that defect came from.
Ooh, that girl good.
You trying to insult my intelligence?
I doubt that's possible.
You're damn right.
Marcus looks at his watch.
Mother, if you're going to make us eat that casserole, we're going to have to do it now.
We still need to wait a bit before the food's done.
He stands up.
You know what? Freeze our portions, okay? I'll come back for it tomorrow.
Boy and I are still getting to know each other.
That's why we need to catch this movie now.
Marcus kisses his mother on the cheek. He then grabs Boy's hand, pulls her off the couch and towards the door.
Good night, folks.
As soon as Marcus and Boy exit, Vanessa turns off her game. She then grabs a set of keys off the coffee table.
Where are you going?
Oh, to get some pizza.
What about meatloaf casserole?
Freeze my portion, too.
Vanessa exits out the front door. Scene 4. Lights up on the Whetstone living room. Penelope sits impatiently on her couch, occasionally looking at her watch. Then she picks up her cell phone from the coffee table and dials.
Hello. I've been waiting 40 minutes already. Okay, then. Negroes is something else.
The doorbell buzzes. Penelope gets up and opens the door. Deacon Jones walks into the room with an envelope in his hand.
I apologize for being late.
Yeah, come on in.
Here you go.
Thanks.
She eagerly tears the envelope open, pulls out a paper, and begins to read its contents.
There's nothing here.
I couldn't find anything.
Deacon Jones, I paid you good money to find dirt on this heifer.
And I tried.
Try harder.
She's practically clean.
What do you mean, practically?
All she has is a sealed juvenile record.
You didn't unseal it?
I'm not trying to lose my job, Penelope.
What? I hired me a scared-ass detective.
Don't get nasty. The girl checks out. That's all there is to it.
Nonsense. Everybody has something shady in their past.
You should be happy. Looks like your son found a good mate.
I'll be happy when Marcus kicks that tramp to the curb, or I do it for him.
Penelope walks over to the wet bar, drops the paper, and fixes herself a drink. Deacon Jones follows.
Why are you so against this girl?
I'm for my son finishing law school and becoming a successful attorney, like me and his father planned. Not for marrying some nappy-headed boy and jeopardizing his future.
Your son has found love.
He steps closer.
Do you know how hard that is to do these days?
He lays his right hand softly on her shoulder.
Obviously easier than hiring a competent detective.
Penelope knocks his hand away.
Come on now, Penelope. When you and me going to spend some quality time?
Maybe after you bring me some quality results.
She snatches up the paper.
You can do better than this. Bring me some dirt.
Vanessa opens the front door and enters. Penelope and Deacon Jones jump apart.
Hello?
Hey, sugar.
You talking to me?
Don't get smart.
Hello, Vanessa.
Deacon Jones, how are you?
I'm fine.
How's Sister Jones doing?
My wife's fine too. I'll tell her you asked about her.
Vanessa sees the paper in her mother's hand. Penelope quickly hides it behind her back.
What are you up to?
Me and Deacon Jones here was talking about the
We were discussing the menu for the church picnic next year.
Yeah, that's it.
Mama, don't tell me you had Deacon Jones do a background check on boy. Marcus is going to be heated when he finds out.
No, he won't.
Why not?
Penelope steps to her daughter and juts the paper in her face.
Because if you snitch, I'll choke your ass out.
Vanessa steps back.
No violent threats in front of the police. Duh.
Oh, that's a new low, Mama, even for you.
We found no bad intel on your brother's fiance, Vanessa. It's all a moot point.
It doesn't matter if we found anything negative or not. There's no way Marcus is going to marry that hooker dog.
What a Christian thing to say.
Sister Whetstone, you are being kind of unholy right now.
I don't give a damn what either of you think. I calls it like I sees it.
How can you label boy and you don't even know her? The Bible says, judge not that ye not be judged. Remember?
The Bible also says, children, obey your parents in all things. Remember? Thus, I command thee to shut the hell up.
Deacon Jones steps close to Penelope.
Does Marcus love this boy?
You know, I was
Yes.
And does this boy seem like she loves him?
Yes.
You know what?
She balls up her fist and steps toward her daughter. Deacon Jones jumps between them.
No, wait, Sister Whetstone. Can I ask you something?
What?
Where is your faith?
Yeah, Mama. Where is your faith?
If your son and his fiance are not equally yoked, do you think the good Lord will let this marriage come to pass? You need to let go and let God. Trust the process.
Yeah, Mama. Trust the process.
Penelope grabs for her daughter again. Deacon Jones restrains her again.
I'm going to my room. Nice seeing you, Deacon Jones.
Likewise.
Vanessa walks off in a huff.
Listen, Penelope. You need to let this thing, whatever you have against this girl, go. It's not Christian-like. No good can come of this.
Saying maybe I should stay out of Marcus' affairs and trust the process.
That would be best.
I'll give it some thought.
Good. Now, let's talk about us.
Us?
Penelope, you've been a widow now for 2 years. You must get lonely sometimes.
Actually, Deacon, I do.
I'd sure like to swivel in your love seat.
Wow. Never heard it put like that before.
Can we please go out on a date? Maybe do dinner.
Let me think on that for a moment.
Penelope steps close to him and begins to slowly back him towards the front door.
Give me one chance?
She
one
smiles
chance.
as she reaches behind him and opens the door.
Just one chance, huh?
That's
Deacon
all
Jones
I'm
smiles
asking.
back as he steps through the doorway.
That's all I'm asking.
Here's your answer.
She slams the door in his face.
Negroes is something else.
Scene 5. Lights up on Ripley's Cafe. Boy is behind the counter wiping out beer mugs. A look of concern is on her face. Mr. Bobby sits in front of her, sipping on a beer and eating a plate of hot wings.
You hear this one? 3 nuns got caught stealing panties in a Walmart.
Ripley walks in with an order of wings in a plastic container.
First nun says to the cop,
Didn't I warn you to stop telling dirty jokes in here?
how you know it's dirty? I ain't finished telling it.
Because it's coming out of your filthy mouth.
She bags the food, then rings up the order at the register.
Keep on insulting me. I'll do my drinking somewhere else. What's so damn funny?
That was a good one. Thanks for helping me take my mind off my troubles for a second.
Glad to be of service.
Ripley tapes the receipt to the bag and places it on the counter next to her.
You can always shack up with Marcus. Things go south, you just bounce. No paperwork from the court required. Saves a lot of money. Wish I'd have done it myself a couple of times.
I'm not shacking up with no man. Wasn't raised that way.
What do you mean by that way?
Living in sin.
As long as you reside in this country, you're living in sin. How do you think America got to be so powerful? From its founding fathers of reading Bibles, paying tithes, and doing unto others as they wanted done unto them? Hell no. This country was built on greed, deception, slavery, and murder whenever necessary.
Now, Mr. Bobby, you must be drunk because you're making sense.
Did you know that slaves in this country couldn't marry on their own because they didn't have the ability to make a contract?
Right.
And that's all marriage legally is. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 changed all that. Were slaves who were in love and shacking up back then living in sin when they couldn't do anything otherwise?
Preach, Mr. Bobby.
No, I guess not.
And don't forget, a lot of slaves were paired up with mates chosen by their masters for breeding purposes only. Being in love had nothing to do with it. Boy, consider yourself lucky to love who you want and to live with who you want. If this boy's mother is really the jerk that you say she is, you should seriously consider shacking up with him instead. Why sign up for a headache if you can avoid it?
Now, that's exactly what I told her the other day.
On second thought, shacking up is disgraceful. You know better than to live in sin.
Master Quai walks in the front door.
Ooh, Master Quai, you right on time. I just bagged this. It's going over to City College.
No problem.
He grabs the bag and heads back out.
That's one hustling brother. Reminds me of myself back in the day.
Oh, you delivered food?
Delivered furniture. Worked for one of those big rent-to-own chains before I moved up here. Each morning we went out on a delivery truck and dropped off stereos, washing machines, bedroom sets, couches, and more to Negroes with bad credit. Your people love instant gratification. You'd be surprised at how many of them were willing to pay $500 for a $150 television because we let them make weekly installments on it.
Yeah, instead of simply saving up their money to buy the thing outright.
Exactly. And once our truck was empty, we got to go home. So I busted my ass making those deliveries. Sad part was that most of our customers never got to own any of the crap that they rented anyway. Soon as they got behind in payments, we'd repossess the stuff from them and rent it back out to a new chump with financial difficulties.
Ooh, what a racket.
Tell me about it. It costs a lot of money to be poor in this country.
You're right.
Anyway, if me and Marcus are going to be together, it's going to be legitimate in the eyes of God. What's so funny?
That's exactly what Brenda said to me before we tied the knot.
Oh, well, which wife was this?
Number 3.
Damn.
Was married for almost 4 years. It really wasn't that bad in the beginning. Matter of fact, we used to go out on a nice romantic dinner twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yep. She went out on Tuesdays and I went out on Thursdays.
Stop it.
Like I said before, I was stupid back then, but I learned my lesson now.
Oh, really?
Won't catch me standing in front of no more altars again.
You've given up on love.
Don't need it. Got me a crock pot now.
But wouldn't you like a woman to cook you a nice hot meal?
Crock pot.
What about needing someone to keep you warm at night?
Crock pot.
Okay. What about when you need some good loving?
Dominican Republic.
You're so stupid.
They got the baddest women on this planet. Ooh, I keep my passport on standby.
I don't need to hear this.
The onlyest woman I know in this country that ever came close to what DR has to offer was Missy Lawhorn.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll bite. Now, who was Missy Longhorn?
Finest thing ever got locked up in New York State. Missy had a bad body on her, like Serena Williams without the racket. And she had a temper.
You really, really need professional help.
She was so fine. Oh, and had a big old donkey on her.
Hey!
Listen here, have some respect. You're talking in front of ladies.
What? I'm describing the tattoo on her arm. Missy worked at a strip club outside of Buffalo called the North Pole. Ooh, it was nice in there.
Sounds like you was a regular.
I did help some of those ambitious young women work their way through college.
Oh, Lord, you fell for that old lie, huh?
Well, Missy never made money at that joint because she was always locked up with us. Whenever that girl wasn't shaking that tail, she was kicking somebody else's. Mostly co-workers for wanting part of the tips that she made pole dancing. See, they were supposed to split everything at the end of the night.
Oh, and Missy didn't believe in sharing.
Only her fist. Girl stayed in and out of jail. But since she was the main attraction at the North Pole, they took her back every time she got released.
Marcus walks through the door.
Baby, why are you here?
My mother called and admitted that she was out of line with you last week. She wants to invite you to dinner again to make amends.
If that's the case, how can I say no?
N-O.
Tell her it'll be my pleasure to come for dinner again.
Dummy.
What was that?
Ignore him. What day did she tell you?
This Sunday, if you're available.
I'm available for you anytime, baby.
They kiss passionately.
You two go get a room.
Scene 6. Lights up on the Whetstone living room. Penelope and Vanessa are busy setting the table with food.
I pray those two get here on time.
Well, Marcus sent a text and said they'll be here in a few minutes. Glad you had a change of heart, Mama. Boy, it does seem like good people.
Hope so. Real love is hard to find these days.
Tell me about it.
What happened to that nice young gentleman you were dating recently?
Carlton?
Yeah, him.
Well, the wife Carlton forgot to tell me about called me last week and advised me to lose his number.
Maybe you'll do better in Paris.
Right?
A second later, the doorbell rings.
Coming.
She goes and opens the door. Marcus walks in cautiously. Boy follows him.
Mother.
He gives her a kiss.
Boy,
Hello, Mrs. Whetstone.
thanks for coming.
Penelope gives her a quick hug.
You guys are right on time. Come on, let's eat.
Penelope leads them over to the table.
Hey, folks.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, baby sister.
They all sit.
Mama, everything looks so good. You do all this?
Your sister did.
Nessa, you cooked?
Heck no. This food came from Meals R Us. Free delivery with orders over $50.
I'm hungry. Can we dig in?
Marcus reaches for a hot biscuit. Penelope pops him on the hand.
Ah,
Some things never change.
Aren't we going to bless the food? Don't want boy thinking we're a bunch of heathens.
sorry. Everyone bow their heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to sit down and break bread together. And Lord, I want to thank you for letting letting us all wake up this morning, clothed in our right minds. Finally, Lord, I ask that you bless the people whose hands prepared this bountiful meal and also the people whose hands ordered it to be delivered. These and other blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
Now we can eat.
Everyone begins fixing their plates.
You two take the subway here?
Nah, we took a cab. Boy looks way too pretty to be sitting in some filthy subway car.
Aw.
Boy, where exactly do you live?
I'm off of 96th Street in Spanish Harlem by the 6 train.
Oh, I love shopping at the East River Plaza over there. They got some good stores.
Yeah, they do.
So, boy, do you own or do you rent?
Oh, no, I rent my apartment.
That makes perfect sense.
Why would you say that?
There's no way she'd qualify for a mortgage. Boy's credit's so bad, she need a gun to get money from a bank.
What are you talking about?
This.
Penelope holds up a folded sheet of paper and opens it.
Mama, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Got her credit report right here.
What?
Mama, how could you?
Easy. I know people in banking. Girl's credit is a hot mess. Reminds me of Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Her FICO score is 404.
Say what?
Well, I never.
I see that. Look at all these charge offs on here. 1, 2, 3, 3.5.
How can somebody get a half a charge off?
Don't ask me. Ask her.
I can't believe you had the gall to pull up my credit report.
This is outrageous.
Ain't that the truth? Look at it for yourself.
Penelope tosses the credit report into the middle of the table. Vanessa grabs for it.
Nessa.
Vanessa withdraws her hand.
Sorry.
What's the problem, boy? Your credit score the result of some religious conviction? You don't believe in paying people back?
Everyone has something in their past they're not proud of.
That's nonsense. Just like your credit score.
There's a reason why it's so low.
Yeah. It's called delinquent accounts.
That's enough.
No, it's not. I'm trying to do you a favor.
By embarrassing the woman I love?
Son, I'm trying to open your eyes to the truth about her.
Truth about me? I wasn't hiding anything. And you act like I'm the only person in New York with bad credit. There's plenty of people in this city in the same situation.
Marcus' marriage is a business. The last thing you want to do is join with a partner who obviously can't handle her finances. How are you going to start a law firm with an economic ball and chain weighing you down? Don't be foolish.
I'm sure there's a good reason why Boy is so financially challenged.
If it is, I'd like to hear it.
Right?
Nessa.
If everyone must know, I had an emergency appendectomy a few years back. I then had an adverse reaction to the medicine I was prescribed. So it took me a long time to recover from the procedure. I got let go from my job for missing too much work. And then I fell behind on my rent and other bills, and I got evicted. I moved back in with my parents until I finally recovered and was able to work again. If it wasn't for them, I would have been homeless. Now that you have it, that's the reason my credit is so messed up. I was working with the debt consolidation company to fix my affairs and get my credit back up to where it was previously, like Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah, the area code 773.
Oh, nice comeback.
I had no idea you went through all that, baby. Why didn't you tell me?
I was going to share all of this with you when we started our pre-marriage counseling next month. I had no idea McGruff, the crime dog, was going to beat me to it.
Watch who you calling names, young lady. You have no idea who you're messing with.
I'm sure I know a moron when I see one.
Marcus, you gonna let her talk to me that way?
Penelope jumps out of her seat as Vanessa surreptitiously pulls out her cell phone and starts recording.
I say what I want. Marcus doesn't own me.
Baby, just calm down.
No, I'm checking your mother, since evidently you won't. I've listened to her disrespect and humiliate me long enough, and you just sat there and let her do it. Like some helpless man baby. If I didn't know any better, I think you were still pulling on her tit.
Watch it, you're getting out of line.
Your mother's the one out of line, and I'm about to put her back in her place.
I'll handle her.
Nah, I got this. You know, the fact that you were scared to tell your mother about me in the first place was a clue that I should have left your soft ass alone.
Damn.
And then you chose to rush us out of here last week instead of putting your mother in check back then.
What should I have told her, boy?
You should have told her to shut her big, fat mouth last week, like I'm about to tell her now. But I guess that'll never happen with you until you grow a set first.
Ouch. Don't talk to my son like that.
You're right. Let me set you straight first.
Oh, snap, it's on.
Your son told me he gets his brains from his father. So I already knew your ass was stupid. You proven that tonight by pulling this stunt with my credit score.
How dare you?
I also heard you had a problem with alcohol. That must be true too, because every time I see you, there's a drink in your hand. Maybe you should spend some time investigating how to get your alcoholism under control instead of being all up in my damn business.
What?
Dang, mama, push back.
And you know what? Your nosy ass called yourself doing Marcus here a favor, but you did me one also.
Boy snatches off her engagement ring and throws it at Marcus.
I wouldn't be a part of this jacked up family if you paid me. The wedding's off, you sorry motherfucker.
She storms out of the front door, slamming it hard.
I will say.
Marcus drops his head in defeat, then he raises it up and stands.
I cannot believe that you've done this.
Why are you so mad?
Went too far this time, Mama.
I was only looking out for everything, your best interest. What?
Freeze the BS. I will never forgive you for this. You hear me? Never.
He storms out the front door, slamming it hard.
Happy now, Mama dearest?
Vanessa stands up from the table, picks up the credit report and exits. Penelope stands and slowly walks over to the wet bar. She looks troubled as she pours herself a shot and takes a sip. She slowly walks over to the portrait of her late husband and looks up.
Lord Thelma, what did I just do?
End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Lights up on the Whetstone living room. Vanessa sits on the couch, playing another video game on the TV, headphones on her ears. She bobs her head to unheard music. Marcus opens the front door and darts in.
Nessa? Nessa?
She still doesn't hear him. Marcus walks over to her and snatches off the headphones.
Hey!
She jumps to her feet.
What's your problem?
You don't look injured.
You will be if you do that crap again. Shit, thought you were boycotting this place.
Mama just sent me a text saying you were hurt.
Hurt?
She said you busted your ass in the shower and told me to hurry over.
Didn't think to call me?
Mama's text said that you busted your ass in the shower while talking on your cell and it got busted too.
Damn, she's good. Looks like she wanted to get you over here.
Yeah, right.
Wonder why.
I'm leaving before I find out.
She's not home.
No?
Been gone all day.
I still smell a setup.
Any luck with you and...
Boy? Yeah, she still won't answer calls or return texts, and I'm hesitant about going to her house or to her job.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that little stalking episode you had with Keisha.
If I'm charged again, I'll get jail time for sure.
Yeah, not good.
I can't eat. I can't sleep. I even flunked an exam because I just couldn't concentrate.
Damn.
I'm a mess.
I never seen you this brokenhearted over a girl.
I love Boy. That's why I proposed to her before she met Mama. I thought that would keep Mama from messing our relationship up, and she still found a way. I'm out.
He walks to the front door to leave, then stops.
Almost forgot. Guess who I saw on the way over here?
Who?
Your old ex, Larry. He told me to tell you hello.
You saw Lion Larry? Shoot, what rock did he crawl out from under?
Still angry at him, huh?
Wasted 6 weeks of my life behind that shifty bastard. The only time Larry didn't tell me a lie was when he was asleep. And even then, he'd wake up and lie about some dream he had.
You're the only person I know whose love life is more jacked up than mine. Take care.
He turns back to the front door just as it opens and Penelope walks in. She is followed by Rachel, who is dressed very conservatively in a long black dress with matching black flats on her feet.
Yes, what a surprise.
Surprise. I came after I got your bogus text. Now I'm leaving.
What text?
The message you sent about Vanessa having an accident in the shower.
When did this happen?
It didn't.
Thank God.
Didn't you just send me a text saying Vanessa fell in the shower and was hurt bad?
No.
I have the message right here on my phone.
Marcus reaches into his pocket to pull out his phone. His mother grabs his arm.
Didn't I warn you last year about using Sprint? Ain't no telling who might be sending you fake text messages.
What? I don't have an account with Sprint.
I want you guys to say hello to Rachel Babcock.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Penelope steps in beside Rachel and guides her closer to her son.
Rachel here. She, oh, she's a new member of our church, and you two heathen kids should come back to service and worship with us sometime. Come, Rachel, have a seat. You two, Marcus, sit for a minute. I need some information. Then you can go if you must.
She leads Rachel to the couch and sits her down.
Would you like something from the bar?
No thanks. I don't indulge.
I'll fix a little snort. Helps to calm my nerves.
She walks over to the wet bar and fixes a drink.
Marcus, did you know Rachel here owns her own place? Isn't that right, Rachel?
I was blessed to be able to purchase a 2-bedroom co-op in Riverdale. Been there almost 3 years.
Riverdale, huh? You gotta have pretty good credit to buy in a nice area like that.
I was able to put a large down payment on it. That helped.
I bet you have at least a 750 FICO score.
Really, Mama?
Good. Just a question.
Penelope walks back and sits next to Rachel.
Rachel, what profession are you in?
I work at a marketing firm in Midtown,
That sounds rewarding.
but I'm thinking about pursuing a law degree.
Another attorney in New York.
Ignore her, Rachel. Everybody hates lawyers until they need one. Marcus, I was thinking maybe you could give Rachel some pointers on taking the LSAT.
That might be possible.
Penelope leans into Rachel.
He aced it on his first try. 95.6 percentile.
Mama.
He's so modest. Been like that ever since he was a baby.
Rachel, what area of law do you plan on studying?
I'm interested in criminal law.
What Marcus is studying. His father started his career in that field. I bet you two have a lot in common. What's your favorite food?
Meatloaf.
Marcus loves that too. Remind me to make you one of my meatloaf casseroles.
You'll be sorry.
What's your favorite movie, Rachel?
Coming to America.
No way! Marcus loves that film. He watches his bootleg copy all the time.
Mama.
It's amazing how much you have in common with my son, Rachel. Tell me, what do you like most about living here in New York City?
Honestly, I'd have to say the Bronx Zoo. That place is amazing. I love strolling through there and observing all the different creatures that was made by our creator.
Get out. Marcus grew up in that zoo. We used to visit all the time when he was a kid. Matter of fact, his father was a patron, a major patron there. I can get you free passes if you want.
Really? Damon and I would enjoy that very much.
Who's Damon?
My son. He loves that place more than I do.
You have a kid. You have 3 kids. I thought you were never married.
No, not yet.
How'd you get 3 children?
What? I need to draw you a damn map?
I thought you were a Christian.
Where the fuck you think church people come from?
She stands up.
It's so-called saved niggas like you that make my Christian journey so hard.
She strolls over to the wet bar and quickly pours a shot.
You done made me put my religion up on the shelf now, lady.
She throws a drink down her throat.
Seems no matter how hard I try to walk the right path, the enemy always puts people like you in my way for a stumbling block. You lucky I've been changed, Mrs. Whetstone. Back in the day, when I was in the game stacking paper and living foul, and you called yourself dissing me like you just did because I'm a single mom with kids, I'd have bust your ass wide open. I've been changed since I left Bushwick and joined the church, trying to live righteously now. Matter of fact, let me bounce from here before someone gets hurt.
Rachel walks to the front door and turns around.
I'm going to pray for you, Sister Whetstone.
She exits, slamming the door hard.
Damn, Mama. She talked trash to you and drank your good liquor.
Shut up.
Marcus stands.
Nice try, Mother.
I was only trying to make amends for the other day.
Don't. Just don't. You've done enough already.
He exits.
Mama,
What?
could you get me a zoo pass?
Penelope stands up and storms out of the room. Scene 2. Lights up on boy sitting on the opposite side of the bar at Ripley's Cafe, looking depressed. There is a beer in front of her. Mr. Bobby is behind the bar, leaning over her, looking sympathetic. He has a beer too.
You gave him your time. You gave him your body. You gave him all the love you had. And what do you have to show for it? Nothing but grief.
He slides her beer closer to her.
Go on. Take a sip. You get the hang of it.
I shouldn't be doing this. But I feel so bad.
Why do you feel bad? You wasn't the problem. Marcus's mama was. She humiliated you. She clowned you in front of everybody, and Marcus did nothing to stop it, did he?
Mm-mm.
Go on. Take another sip. See, you getting the hang of it.
Drinking beer isn't going to help me forget my sorrows.
Okay, then, how about a joke?
Oh, God.
It's a good one, I promise.
Whatever.
A panda walks into a sports bar and orders some hot wings.
Oh, Lord.
Let me finish. The panda eats the meal, and he whips out a pistol and sprays the ceiling with bullets. Plasters falling down everywhere. What the hell you do that for, the waiter asked him. The animal tosses a wildlife manual at the table and says, I'm a panda, damn it. You look it up. Before he exits the sports bar, the waiter finds a page in the manual about pandas, reads it, and then begins to clean up the mess.
Okay, I'll ask. What did the manual say?
The manual read, panda, large black and white, bear-like animal native to China. Then it read, all pandas eat shoots and leaves.
Huh?
Bamboo shoots, bamboo leaves.
That's lame.
Oh, whatever.
Massaquoi walks into the cafe. He stops when he sees Boy sitting at the bar with her beer.
Boy, you are drinking?
She busted up with a man. She's trying to ease the pain.
But is it a good idea to drink here?
What better place to get lit up at than a bar?
I still don't think this is wise.
Being wise has nothing to do with getting drunk. If your wedding was called off, you get drunk too.
Why was the wedding canceled?
That's what Marcus's mama wanted.
Any man who would not marry you is a fool.
That's nice. Thanks.
I'm serious. Boy.
She takes another sip of beer. Ripley walks through the front door carrying a box of liquor. She sees Mr. Bobby behind the bar and almost drops it.
What? If you don't get your ass from behind my bar.
Oh, whatever.
Mr. Bobby takes a seat next to Boy as Ripley walks behind the bar and sets the liquor down.
Massaquoi, grab the rest of the liquor out of my trunk.
Sure.
Ripley hands him her keys and he exits.
I know you've been heartbroken this past week, but I can't pay you to drink on the job.
You wanted to clock out?
Hush, fool. Now, under normal circumstances, I'd fire your ass. You know better.
Sorry.
I don't have to guess who manipulated you into doing something this stupid.
What? I was trying to be useful. This woman is in pain.
You want to be useful? Pay your tab.
Don't start that again.
Ripley holds out her hand.
Are you for real?
Mr. Bobby pulls out his wallet. It's again thick with bills.
If you wasn't such a drunk, I'd introduce you to my cousin. She's real cute.
Don't care what she looked like. She related to you. She got issues. Here.
He hands over some bills. Ripley snatches them, puts them in the cash register.
Smart ass.
Think I wasn't propositioned by attractive females we had in lockup? Turn them all down, except for one.
Oh, let me guess. Missy Lawhorn.
I wish. I hit on Missy a few times. She came through a few times when she came through lockup, but she paid me no mind. Always told me to kiss her donkey. Missy started dating the pro bono lawyer who used to bail her out all the time. It was only natural for them to hook up since they spent so much time together preparing for court and whatnot. The jailbird that I felt hard for was Gail Collins.
Who is she?
Gail was a booster. Stole anything she could get her sticky fingers on. Once took a small ATM machine from a deli while the place was still open.
No way.
I ain't lying. Only reason she got caught was that nobody wanted to help her drag it up the stairs to her crib. Gail wasn't too bright, but she had a banging body.
Couldn't you get fired for messing around with inmates at the prison?
I know better than to touch Gail while she was locked up. Waited until the day she made parole. Those were some good times. Gail could make love like nobody's business. Ooh, every time we got together, at her place, of course, because there was no way that I was going to let her thieving ass in my home. We had a blast.
Woo. Yeah.
I could hardly wait for the next day to come so we could shake them sheets again.
Ooh.
When her alarm went off in the morning, first thing I did was jump up, grab it, and go to work.
Oh, Mr. Bobby.
You know, it's that back and forth, that friction that lets you know that you're doing the job right. And then once that white foam starts to ease on out.
Hey.
What?
Show us ladies some respect. Stop being so damn vulgar.
What's vulgar about brushing your teeth?
What?
Yeah, okay.
What? Look, I done had enough of you today. You need to kick rocks.
What did I do wrong?
Just get.
Mr. Bobby drains the rest of his beer, sets money on the counter, and climbs off his stool.
Take care, boy.
Bye.
Ingrate.
Ripley picks up his money, puts it in the cash register.
I have to run back and go out to the bank and get some small bills for the register. Now, I need you to sober up and hold down the fort. Can you do that?
Got it.
Oh.
Boy pushes her beer away and goes behind the counter as Massaquoi comes back in with a box of liquor.
Oh, thanks, Massaquoi. Do me a favor and start prepping more wings for tonight. It's almost time for the evening rush.
No problem.
He starts back toward the kitchen, then stops. He observes Boy with uncertainty.
Boy?
Yes.
I was wondering if maybe you could grant me a huge favor.
What is it?
I know we barely know each other, but...
Yes.
Will you marry me?
Excuse me?
My visa expired 2 years ago. If I am married to a citizen, I will be able to stay here.
You're an illegal.
Unfortunately. And this country is cracking down on us harder than ever. I can pay you for your help.
I'm sorry, but...
I can offer you 12,000 US.
You said 12,000.
The marriage will only be temporary. Unless
As much as I need, I mean, would like to help you, Massaquoi. I can't. Sorry. When you marry someone, it should be for love.
what if I offered you 18?
18,000 US.
We would have to go out on some dates regardless to help document our relationship for immigration. Perhaps you could actually fall in love with me. It would not be hard for me to fall in love with you.
That's so sweet. But still, I don't think I can help you. Sorry.
I'm running out of eligible women to ask, so I had to try. Please do not disclose this information to anyone. I do not wish to jeopardize my employment here.
Your secret is safe with me.
Thanks.
He goes back into the kitchen. Vanessa walks into the cafe carrying a small wrapped package.
Vanessa?
Hey, can I get a drink?
Of course.
Vanessa sits on a bar stool.
What will you have?
Double shot of Jack?
Scared of you.
Boy grabs a bottle of Jack Daniels, pours a double shot, slides it to Vanessa.
Thanks.
May I ask what brings you out this way?
Vanessa picks up her package and sets it on the bar.
What's this?
A peace offering.
Boy picks up the package and begins to pull off the wrapping.
From my mother.
Boy drops the package like a hot potato.
Just kidding. It's from Marcus.
Boy slowly opens the package.
Chocolate covered truffles.
With liquor inside.
I don't drink.
Oh, dang, I forgot. I mean, he forgot. No need to let this go to waste.
She pulls the candy back, opens the box, and pops a truffle in her mouth.
Good.
Thanks for trying, Vanessa.
My brother's heartbroken and wants to reconcile with you, boy. He's been trying to get in touch with you to beg your forgiveness, but he's scared to come here to your house and catch another stalking charge.
Stalking charge?
Oh, it's a twisted story. Remind me to tell you one day.
I love Marcus, but I can't stand your mother. No offense.
None taken. Sometimes I can't stand her either.
No man should have to choose between his girl and his mother. I'm in a no-win situation, Vanessa. That's why I'm bowing out. No matter how bad I miss Marcus.
Well, there has to be a way to resolve this situation.
A way for your mother to accept me as her daughter-in-law? It'll take a miracle.
Massaquoi appears in the kitchen doorway.
Boy, have you seen where Ripley placed the seasoning for the wings?
Look on the shelf next to the freezer.
Thanks.
He goes back to the kitchen.
Who's that?
Massaquoi.
Master who?
His name is Massaquoi. He's a hardworking student from Ghana.
Oh, he's fine.
He's single?
Yeah? How do you know?
Trust me.
Massaquoi appears in the door again.
I still can't find it.
I'll help you look in a second. But first, I want you to meet my good friend, Vanessa.
Hi.
Hey, want a truffle?
I will pass. Thanks.
Sure. These things are delicious. I can't wait to go to Paris and try the French ones.
He bites into another truffle.
Mm.
You will certainly enjoy Paris. I've been there twice.
How was it?
The food and the historical buildings over there are très magnifiques.
You speak French?
Oui,
Ooh la la. Think I likes you.
make sure to visit Moulin Rouge. They have great parties at the cabaret.
Is it expensive? My budget's gonna be stretched tight.
The price of admission will be well worth it. I promise.
All right, if you say so.
Everything in Paris is nice, except for the racist politicians and racist police. They're no different than the ones you have here in this country. Same white supremacist ideology towards people of color, only they express it in a different language.
Well, thanks for the heads up.
Nice meeting you, Vanessa. I must return to work.
He goes back into the kitchen.
Good looking out, boy. Now, could you do me one more favor?
What's that?
Would you please talk to my brother?
Mm,
Please.
all right. Let me go find this seasoning from Massaquoi. Be right back.
Boy walks into the kitchen. Vanessa pulls out her cell phone and begins texting. Scene 3. Lights up on Ripley's Cafe. Mr. Bobby sits at the bar drinking and eating hot wings. Ripley is behind the counter on the phone.
That's 150 wings, 30 spicy garlic, 30 honey mustard, 30 teriyaki, 30 lemon pepper, 30 mild suicide. Ranch dressing. Tomorrow at 4, they'll be ready. See you then.
Somebody having a celebration?
Oh, bachelor party.
Damn, another dummy. Now, like I was saying before your phone rang, when I worked for corrections, New York State jailed more people of color on a regular for using smack. But after lots of white kids done got hooked on heroin or similar opioids, it's a disease now that needs to be addressed at a rehab and not prison. Even give cops that their Narcan to ride around with now and help keep their users from overdose.
Boy rushes in.
Sorry I'm late. Hey, Mr. Bobby.
Hello.
She walks behind the bar and sets her handbag down.
What you guys up to?
I'm informing Ripley how the white man is notorious for changing the rules of the game when needed. You know how many folks look like us have criminal records for using heroin? I won't even discuss how many brothers done went to jail and got locked up for selling weed.
Now you can get a license here to legally sell it if you have the $10,000 non-refundable license fee and the $200,000 registration fee, and you can pass a background check. Did a little research on the subject.
Anyways, most of our folks, don't have that kind of seed money. And too many of our people have criminal records. Yet again, we don't get invited to the party. Black people need to stop playing checkers while the white man is playing chess.
You always moaning about the black race being in peril and whatnot. Now, what have you done to uplift the race?
I've done my part to help my people.
How?
When I first came up here from New York, hip hop was just taking off. Male Negroes were high in demand. Everybody wanted to get with a B-boy, especially those upper-class white girls in Westchester County.
And?
A lot of them wanted what was in my pants. And naturally, I wanted them to have it.
Yeah, naturally. What's that got to do with anything?
Well, you shush and listen.
Go ahead.
I would wine and dine those white girls long enough to get me an official invite to dinner to meet their parents. That was all I wanted. And as soon as I walked into those expensive homes and sat down with the white girl's family at the dinner table and saw the look of racial betrayal on her daddy's eyes, my work there was done. I'd dump her ass the next day and go find me another one.
What does that have to do with advancing the plight of our people?
Don't you see?
No.
I was sowing the seeds of discord among the oppressors' families, helping to split them up, like they split us up over 400 years.
Sounds like a lame excuse to screw a white woman.
Exactly.
I didn't do it for me. I did it for y'all.
Us?
Black women. You think I enjoyed sleeping with the enemy? Knowing all of the horrible things those slave owners had did to our strong, beautiful black foremothers during slavery?
Yep, absolutely.
Whatever.
And how long did this crusade of yours last?
About 3 years.
Well, what happened? You ran across a strong, beautiful black sister and changed the errors of your ways.
No. I met Becky and we got married.
Becky? Wait. You always blackity black up in here, talking about how bad white folks treat us. And your first wife was Caucasian.
Rebecca was good people. Shame her ass couldn't cook worth a cuss.
Ooh, you a hypocrite.
What? I never said I hated white people. I don't have to take this.
He starts getting off his stool.
Wait. We weren't trying to be disrespectful.
Well, I was.
Marcus enters the cafe carrying a bouquet of flowers. He smiles and slowly approaches Boy.
Marcus?
A little birdie told me that we could talk.
This little birdie named Vanessa.
Is it true?
Yes.
Give her the flowers.
Dummy.
Then those are for you.
Boy takes the flowers.
These are beautiful. Thanks.
Can we talk for a minute?
Boy comes from behind the bar and follows Marcus to a corner of the cafe. Ripley and Mr. Bobby slowly ease down to the end of the bar to eavesdrop better.
Look, I just want you to know that I told my mother I'll never forgive her for that stunt she pulled. I had no idea she could stoop that low.
Neither did I.
Well, don't let her break us apart. That's exactly what she wants.
I kind of figured that out, Marcus. But if she's nasty enough to embarrass me like she did, I'm not sure I want to find out what other extreme measures she'd take to humiliate me.
Is that why you haven't returned my calls or texts?
Yes.
I won't let her win. I love you too much, Boy. I don't want to live without you.
So stupid.
Boy and Marcus both look towards the bar. Mr. Bobby is suddenly busy drinking his beer while Ripley is busy wiping down the bar. As soon as the couple resume their conversation, Ripley pops Mr. Bobby on the hand with her towel.
I don't want you to have to choose between me and your mother.
I chose you over her the day I proposed to you.
You sure about this?
I've never been more certain of anything in my life.
They kiss.
What are you going to do about your mother?
I'm going to tell her that we're back together. And if she wants to be in my life, she's going to have to accept you. End of story.
Okay.
So, have we officially made up?
Almost.
Almost. What else do I have to do?
Come see me tonight.
They kiss deeply this time.
Yeah.
Ooh, stop hating.
She and Mr. Bobby slide back to the middle of the bar. Boy and Marcus grin as they return to the bar also.
You two back together again?
Yes!
Oh, well.
Oh, now that calls for a round on the house.
Oh, boy.
Ripley grabs a bottle and pours shots for everyone.
A toast.
Everyone raises their glasses.
Yes.
May you both share love, joy, and grace. And know a good divorce lawyer just in case.
Fool.
I'm just saying.
Look, I'd love to hang out with everyone, but I really have business to attend to. I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. I should be home by 11 tonight. That's not too late.
Not at all.
Bye, pumpkin.
See you tonight, sugar.
They kiss, hot and heavy. The two finally separate. Marcus heads toward the exit.
Keep it warm for me.
Always.
Grief.
He drains his beer as Marcus exits the cafe. Scene 4, lights up on the Whetstone living room. Penelope stomps through the front door and slams it. She is dressed in a nice orange pantsuit and heels. She is visibly upset. She drops her purse and keys on the coffee table and then walks to the wet bar and fixes herself a drink. Vanessa walks in.
Hello, Mama.
Where you coming from?
The library. How'd it go at the casino?
That ripoff.
You lost money, huh?
Those crooks should all be locked up. I'm never going back there again.
Okay, must have lost a lot. You're upset.
If you play the same slot machine for 2 hours straight, don't win squat. And then as soon as you go to the bathroom after drinking 5 rum and cokes, some no English speaking hoe puts her butt in your seat that your so-called friend, Sister Jenkins, didn't say for you like you asked her dumbass to, and the aforementioned hoe pulls the lever one freaking time and hits for $7,000, you'd be upset too.
Why the vulgar language?
Vulgar language?
Calling the lady who won a hoe.
The woman I had the altercation with name was Ann Ho. She's Chinese.
Oh, you had a fight?
I wouldn't call it that. Let me take my pressure medication before I explode.
Penelope stomps off. The doorbell buzzes. Vanessa answers the door.
Who is it?
Deacon Jones.
She opens the door and Deacon Jones walks in holding Penelope's phone.
Hi, Vanessa. Your mother here?
She just went to the bathroom.
I came to drop this off. She was so upset she left it on the bus.
Oh, mad about what happened at the casino?
Yeah, she was highly pissed when they dragged her out of there.
Dragged her out the casino?
She didn't tell you what happened?
Not exactly.
Your mother sucker punched some Chinese lady at the slot machines and got tossed out by security. Management banned her from coming back, ever. That's why the church bus had to come back early.
Penelope returns.
Deacon.
You left this behind.
He hands her back the phone.
Thanks.
Have we calmed down yet?
Hell no. I'm still pissed.
I know what you need. I'll be right back.
Vanessa exits. Deacon Jones grabs Penelope by the shoulders and steers her toward the couch.
Woman, you need to relax.
They both sit on the couch.
Seems like everything's just going wrong lately.
Your body feels so tense. You need to loosen up, Penelope.
I don't know what to do.
Well, don't worry. Old Deacon Jones is here.
He caresses her shoulders more. Penelope leans back into his arms.
I just got gypped out of $7,000. $7,000. 7 grand. That was rightfully mine. Mark is still mad at me for keeping his dumb ass from doing something stupid. Life is so unfair.
Listen, this too shall pass. You are way too tense. I'd love to help you stretch out.
I mean, all the stinking diapers I made Marcus' dad change on his ungrateful little butt. And he got the nerve to call himself mad at me.
Don't that feel better?
It does.
Mm-hmm. Of course it does, girl.
I get this boy to expose her true nasty personality to my son. Now I'm the bad guy. But you know what? It was worth it. That marriage nonsense is deaded. Eventually, Marcus will realize the huge favor I did him.
Penelope, I could get you heated up and then tip you over and pour you out, just like a sexy little teapot. I promise you'll feel better once you release a little steam.
Penelope sits up quickly and turns to Deacon Jones.
What the hell are you talking about?
Me? Nothing.
Vanessa returns carrying her box of truffles.
Chocolate covered truffle, Mama?
Did you get those?
Oh, they were for boy, but she didn't want them. So
you said boy. You met with that heifer behind my back?
Penelope approaches Vanessa and slaps the box of truffles to the floor.
How the hell could you?
I did it for Marcus. He's brokenhearted, Mama.
Then he's about to become more miserable.
Why you say that?
Because he's about to be an only child, you traitor.
She reaches for her daughter, who runs behind Deacon Jones.
Sister Whetstone, come get a grip.
I'm trying to.
Choking your daughter out is not the answer. This is not Christian-like.
Penelope stops struggling to grab Vanessa.
Can we drop the holier-than-thou routine? Vanessa knows, like everyone else at Harlem Baptist, your hypocrite ass is always begging to sleep with other women.
I resent that statement.
But you don't deny it. As far as you and me are concerned, I have 2 words. In vogue.
In vogue?
Never gonna get it?
The front door opens and Marcus walks in.
Marcus?
Hey, what's going on?
Mom's going bananas about you and boy.
Oh, then I'm here just in time. We've reconciled and our wedding is back on. We may even move the ceremony up to next month.
You crazy?
No, I'm in love. Maybe you should try it again.
Son, it's a fact this woman is beneath you. Can't you see that'll be a problem? Hold off from getting married. Finish school, get your career up and running, then you can settle down with a decent wife. Maybe start a family.
Vanessa, would you like to be one of the bridesmaids?
Sure.
You're going to ignore what I just said.
Boy and I are getting married, Mama. What part of that statement don't you comprehend?
Why are you so determined to throw your life away?
Why are you so determined to stick your big nose in my business?
Watch your mouth.
She slaps him.
Feel better now?
Marcus walks out the door. Penelope gives Vanessa an evil stare that makes her jump back behind Deacon Jones for protection.
Deal with you later, Vanessa. Right now, I'm going to take care of this boy situation.
She walks to the coffee table, picks up her purse and keys.
Where are you going?
To find boy and give her a piece of my mind. She might get one of these sling-back pumps up her ass while I'm at it.
She storms out.
Sister Whetstone, wait.
He runs out behind her. Vanessa pulls out her cell phone.
Hey, Google, how much prison time can you get in New York for assault and battery?
It depends. Are they a first-time offender?
Nope.
Oh my. One moment while I look up that information. Scene 5. Lights up on Ripley's Cafe, same day. Mr. Bobby is drinking at the bar as Massaquoi stands nearby, repairing a bar stool with a screwdriver.
And the busy Negro, that's your worst nightmare. They're part of what's impeded the progress of the race for over 400 years.
How so?
They never do what needs to be done because, according to them, they too busy.
I see.
You need one of them type Negroes to help you do something. First thing to come out their mouth is, I'm busy. Ask them why they didn't do something that they told you that they were going to do earlier. They was busy.
Okay.
What if Dr. King was too busy to lead that bus strike in Montgomery? Or Malcolm X was too busy to join the Nation of Islam and preach about the diabolical ways of white folks while we be in worse shape than we are now? Busy Negroes ain't worth a plug nickel.
That's sad.
Then there's the trifling Negro. You see one of them coming your way, run.
Ripley walks in from the kitchen.
Now, what are you out here yapping about now, Mr. Bobby?
I was giving Massaquoi the 411 on the types of Negroes found in America.
Ooh, sounds like you giving him a headache. Massaquoi, I got more deliveries for you.
Thanks. I mean, sure, boss. Mr. Bobby, I'm afraid I must leave you now.
All right, we'll finish our talk later.
Massaquoi goes into the kitchen.
Can I get another round?
Ripley serves him another beer.
Put it on my tab.
Tab's full now. Pay up.
Mr. Bobby grumbles and pulls out his wallet as Massaquoi walks out of the kitchen with 2 bags.
Massaquoi, hurry back now. I've got more orders coming up.
Will do.
He exits the cafe as Mr. Bobby searches his wallet for money and comes up empty.
I got to go to the ATM.
He puts his wallet back in his pocket and grabs for his beer. Ripley snatches it out of his hand.
It'll be here when you get back.
Trifling Negro.
He exits the cafe. Seconds later, Boy walks in.
Oh, Mr. Bobby out there cussing up a storm. What happened?
Oh, forget that fool. Now, how did it go?
They haven't sold my dress.
Oh, good.
The owner of the boutique said she'll give me credit for the deposit I forfeited earlier.
Oh, that's good.
She said, lots of customers break up and then reconcile. That's why she only charges $150 for the re-engagement fee.
Re-engagement fee. I tell you, only in New York.
At that moment, Penelope marches into the cafe, followed by Deacon Jones.
Found your ass.
Didn't know I was missing.
You know why I'm here?
Would it be Marcus?
Exactly.
Is this his mother?
Mm-hmm.
Ripley reaches down behind the bar, picks up a Louisville Slugger, and places it on the counter.
Well, I hope you folks didn't come into my place of business to start any foolishness.
We're not here for trouble.
But I'm here to end some foolishness. My son tells me you two are engaged again.
Marcus came here and asked for my hand in marriage again. Convinced me to say yes.
How stupid can that boy be?
Hold up.
No, Ripley, I got this. Mrs. Whetstone, I told your son I didn't want him to have to choose between me and you.
And I don't understand. Why is this wedding continuing?
Simple. You lost out.
No way in East Hell Marcus would choose a basic woman over his own mother.
Believe it, sister.
Who are you supposed to be?
Ripley starts in from behind the bar with the bat.
Oh, well, let me come around here and introduce myself to you.
Boy runs,
Mm-mm.
blocks Ripley from going any further.
No, Ripley, don't.
Another primitive Negro who enjoys violence, huh? I'm not at all surprised.
This primitive Negro is about to toss your ass out of here.
You don't scare me.
Sister Whetstone, let's leave before this thing gets out of hand.
I'm not moving an inch until I squash this nonsense with her and Marcus.
Sister Whetstone, let's go.
Boy, what do I have to do to get you to leave my son alone? Tell me.
Besides my credit situation, why are you so averse to me and Marcus being together?
I don't like you.
Say the word, boy, and I'll throw her ass out of here.
You feeling froggish, huh?
Oh, you just come a little closer. Watch me jump.
Works for me.
He steps toward Ripley.
That's it. We're going.
He grabs Penelope by the arm and tries to force her to follow him. She drops her purse as she shakes loose from his grip.
Get your stinking cat and picking hands off me.
She bends to pick up her purse. As soon as she does, Mr. Bobby walks it back into the cafe and sees her from behind.
Missy, is that you?
Penelope straightens up upon hearing this and spins around. She is horrified to see Mr. Bobby.
Officer Robert Dawkins?
I'm retired now. Just call me Mr. Bobby. Wow. I'd recognize that ass anywhere.
He comes closer to her.
Oh, you always did look good in orange. What are you doing in here?
Wait. You know her?
This is Missy Lawhorn, the woman I've been telling you guys about.
From prison?
Yep. You still got that big old donkey?
It was surgically removed years ago.
Boy looks in disbelief and comes from behind the bar and approaches Penelope, who slowly backs away from her in trepidation.
Prison? You? No way.
This can't be true.
Oh, it's true. I was there. Remember the time you shanked those twins in the shower, Missy?
Oh.
He was out of control back then.
Why are you calling her Missy? She's Penelope Whetstone.
Missy is short for Missouri.
Like the state? I mean, like the state.
Yep. You said that you got named that after your mama lost a bet in the maternity ward watching Jeopardy, right? She was supposed to name you after that, the state or something like that.
Boy, Ripley, and Deacon walk over and join them.
And people say I have a
Yeah, she wanted.
Your last name is Whetstone? So you really did marry that public defender?
I followed Thelmon Whetstone when he moved here to Harlem 28 years ago to get a political appointment. I became pregnant soon afterwards. Thelmon made me complete anger management classes before he agreed to marry me. And after we wed, I reinvented myself and chose the name of the faithful wife in the saga of Odysseus.
Oh.
Yes, the Greek mythology tale. I did a lot of reading during my time in prison.
And ass kicking.
Boy, did Marcus ever mention to you that his mother was a jailbird and a stripper?
Nope. And I wonder if he even knows.
I sure didn't.
Marcus dashes into that cafe, out of breath and looking frantic. He sees
Mama.
his mother.
Ma!
He hurries over to her.
Vanessa called and told me you were on your way here. You haven't started any trouble, have you? Mama, you okay?
She was, until Mr. Bobby came in and told her that she
faints into her son's arms.
Mama!
She fainted.
Deacon Jones helps Marcus lower his mother to the floor.
I'll wake her ass up. Let me get a bucket of cold water.
Oh,
Hearing this,
she's
Penelope
back.
quickly scrambles to her feet.
She's back.
Like I figured. Like I figured.
How do you feel?
She's fine. She's fine, Marcus. She was just telling us how she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to attend you and Boy's wedding before you arrived.
Is that true?
Anything to keep you happy, son.
Thanks.
He hugs her.
She even offered to pay for the whole affair with me catering the reception. Didn't she, Boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Like I said, whatever it takes to keep you happy, son.
Oh, you're the best.
He hugs her again.
Didn't you guys say you wanted to go to Maui for your honeymoon?
Yeah, but the cost is way too expensive.
Oh, Mrs. Whetstone, didn't you say that you had no problem sending them over to Hawaii?
Really? You're the best.
Boy runs and joins Marcus in hugging Penelope.
Can you believe it, baby?
My, here we go.
They kiss passionately.
Oh, why don't you two go get you a room in a nice hotel? Yeah.
You mean it?
Sure, I mean it. And Mrs. Whetstone has agreed to foot the bill.
Thanks for everything, boss.
Boy gives Ripley a quick peck on the cheek, then goes back over to Marcus and gives his mother a peck on the cheek also.
Thank you, too.
Penelope stands there in a daze as Marcus takes Boy's hand and escorts her out the door.
Oh,
Don't just call for a drink.
oh, your drunk butt would say that.
Ripley pours 2 shots of liquor and they drink up as Deacon Jones nudges Penelope.
Sister Whetstone. Sister Whetstone? It sure would be detrimental if this shocking information about your sordid past was to be revealed to Sister Jenkins and the other saints of Harlem Baptist. You agree?
What now? I have to go on that date with you?
Oh, get real. Finding a woman to lay in bed with is like shooting fish in a barrel. Finding a woman to put a new set of Michelin defenders on my Lexus? That's a different story.
You want me to purchase new tires for your car? You got to be kidding me.
Do you see my hypocrite ass smiling? Missy?
Penelope drops her head in defeat. They both slowly exit the cafe. Scene 6. Lights up on the Whetstone living room. Vanessa wears a new dress, new heels, and sparkling jewelry as she dusts furniture. A smooth jazz song plays on her Bluetooth speaker. A second later, the front door opens and Marcus and Boy enter carrying gift bags.
You guys are back.
Greetings, Nessa.
Hey, Nessa.
What you all spiffed up for? You look nice.
No reason.
She puts the duster down.
So, what did you guys bring me from Hawaii?
You mean you asked us how our trip was?
Oh, my bad. How was Maui?
It was great. We spent our honeymoon doing snorkeling, scuba diving, hiking, surfing, and some other things.
Good. So what'd you guys bring me from Hawaii?
Boy hands her a gift bag. Vanessa digs in it and pulls out a lei necklace and a pink Hawaiian shirt.
These are nice. Thanks, new sister-in-law.
Mama here?
Let me check. Mama, you here?
Some things never change.
You got all your stuff packed for moving, Boy?
Everything but my clothes and shoes.
Penelope storms into the room.
Girl, what the hell you in here yelling? Marcus, boy,
Hi, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Whetstone.
you're back.
Sadly, yes.
Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so.
What is it?
We didn't want to leave Maui.
We got you a little something. Here you go.
Boy hands her a gift bag.
Thanks. By the way, I like your shoes.
Really? Thank you.
Penelope opens the bag, pulls out a Hawaiian shirt similar to Vanessa's.
Wow, this is so pretty. Isn't this shirt pretty, Vanessa?
I've never seen anything like it.
Wait a sec. Is that a new dress you got on?
It is.
You used my credit card again. I warned you I'd press charges next time you did that.
I purchased this stuff with my own money.
Right. Like your ass got a job. Thank you both for the lovely gift.
You're welcome. It's the least we could do for you paying for that fabulous trip.
Please don't mention it.
Yeah, Mama. Thanks again for picking up the tab for everything.
I beg you. Let's forget about it.
My parents also appreciate everything you did, Mrs. Whetstone.
No, they're a lovely couple, even if they are from Jersey.
Mama, can we get a little something to drink, if you don't mind?
Oh, of course.
She hurries
Rum and
over
Coke,
to the
Marcus?
bar.
Yes.
Rum and Coke, Marcus? Okay. And what about you, boy? Shirley Temple?
Okay.
Penelope begins to fix their drinks and then stops.
Seems I ran out of ginger ale. Let me go check the fridge. I'll be right back.
She hurries off into the kitchen.
Shouldn't you guys tell her you already know she was an exotic dancer and that she was in jail? I feel kind of guilty.
I don't. Our father told us years ago how they met. He didn't want us hearing about it out in the street. He made us swear to keep that information to ourselves. That being said, we gonna ride this love train Mama's on until the wheels fall off.
Listen to your husband.
Penelope returns, carrying a bottle of ginger ale.
Found some.
She finishes preparing the drinks and brings them over.
Here you go.
A toast, everyone.
1 minute.
Penelope quickly fixes 2 more drinks. She then brings them over, hands one to Vanessa.
To my mother, who pulled off a very big wedding on very short notice.
Here, here. And the wedding was good. The food was great too.
Ripley put her foot in everything. Everything she made, especially those hors d'oeuvres.
When it comes to cooking, Ripley has serious skills.
Certainly charges serious money for them.
You know, I was surprised Deacon Jones didn't attend the ceremony.
I wasn't.
I was surprised Mr. Bobby could sing "Oh, Promise Me" that good.
He was so lit. I'm sure he won't remember it.
You know, I like the subject of that song. A promise is serious business. One thing I always believed in, ever since I was a baby, was keeping a promise. What about you, boy? You believe in keeping promises?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
That's a good habit to have, right, boy?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Can I make a toast?
Sure.
Now that all this wedding stuff is behind us, let's drink to the future. May it always bring us peace of mind.
They all drink another toast. Then the doorbell rings.
Got it.
Vanessa opens the front door to reveal Massaquoi holding a big bouquet. He is dressed in a dark blazer and slacks.
Good evening, Vanessa.
Hey, boo. Come on in.
Massaquoi smiles nervously as he enters.
Massaquoi?
Hello, boy. Hello, Marcus.
Hello.
Who is this young man?
Mama, this is Massaquoi Ose, my fiance.
Did you say fiance?
We got engaged last week at the Red Lobster.
Massaquoi steps over to Penelope.
It is nice to finally meet you, Mother. These are for you.
He hands her the bouquet.
Ah, fuck this bullshit.
She slams the bouquet to the floor and lunges for Vanessa. Marcus and Boy attempt to restrain her.
Mama, wait, let me explain.
I'm strangling your ass for sure this time.
Vanessa grabs Massaquoi by the hand and drags him behind her as they race out the front door. Penelope breaks free and chases after them.
Mama, hold up.
He runs out the door as well. Boy walks out the door, carefully closing it behind her. End of play.
Thank you so much for joining us for Prenuptial Disagreements by J.T. Smith. Starring Joanne Cleghorn, Carlton King, Jade Kane, Pamela Monroe, Natasha Williams, Gil Tucker, Ralph McCain, Nick Brown, Laura E. Johnston, directed by Rhonda Passion Hansome. Our moderator for today will be Byron Saunders. I am your virtual producer, Kimberly Gunn. And our executive producer is Garland Lee Thompson Jr. Before we get to our moderated critique session and open up the conversation, we do want to let you know about our upcoming readings. Our next reading is going to be Anime Wong Persona by Kai Shing-won. That'll be Sunday, February 25th. You can find additional information on our website. So now I'd like to turn it over to Garland Thompson Jr., Executive Artistic Director of the Frank Silvera Workshop. Go ahead, Garland. Take it away.
Thank you, Kimberly. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to our wonderful cast and our director. And of course, thank you to our playwright, J.T. Smith, for putting together a great, fun script today. Just a quick little notice here for you all, first of all, and thank you all to our audience. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening when the playoffs are happening. We do appreciate that you decided to spend some time with us. Just want to let you know really quickly that we are in the process, the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop, of celebrating our 50th anniversary, actually two 50th anniversaries. In 1973, in October of that year, we had our very first reading and critique session, and then 2 years later, in 1975, we received our nonprofit 501c3 status. So we have decided to combine both those 50th anniversaries into one giant one. So between now and 2025, we are celebrating that anniversary. And every reading we do, every event we do, everything we do is a part of that celebration between now and then. And also, what we decided to do is to kick off a new spurt of support seeking for the workshop. This is our 50 in 50,000 challenge. We have challenged ourselves to raise $50,000 between now and 2025. And with your help, we're going to get there. If you would like to donate, there is a link, I believe, in the chat that has been put up. You can go to that link right there. You can also go to our website at THEFSWW for Frank Silvera Writers Workshop, thefsww.org, and you can make any kind of donation you want. No donation is too small, and everything is very much appreciated. If you are a supporter of new work, and that is the workshop's mission, is to provide a home for new work. If there is new work, there will never be new classics. New work must be supported at all times, and that is our mission to do, and that is what we are in the process of doing. If you support that and you support the arts, you can make a tax-deductible donation to us, and we will happily put it to use and send you a very wonderful thank you letter as well as our gratitude. Thank you so much. And now, without any further ado, I'll hand it back to our wonderful reading producer, Kimberly Gunn, and she'll take us through the rest of our time here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Garland. And now we are going to get to our moderated critique session. This is an opportunity for you to give direct feedback to the playwright. Today's session will be moderated by Byron Saunders. Byron has been an actor, director, and civil rights activist, and he's no stranger to FSWW. To make any comments or questions, please feel free to use the raise your hand feature if you want to go on the mic. You can also put comments and feedback in the chat or the Q&A. We appreciate constructive feedback. And I'm going to turn it over to Byron, and we're going to welcome JT Smith, Rhonda Passion Hansome. Byron's already there, and the rest of the cast to the stage. First of all, congratulations, everyone.
Oh, my. Congratulations indeed. Thank you. What a wonderful performance. And I mean, for the short time that you've had to rehearse, this is a good comedy, guys. You really worked it. And congratulations to Rhonda Passion Hansome, who I've known since the days when I ran the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop for its 25th anniversary. So it's old home week for a bunch of us, but your cast was very good. Your writing, JT, oh my goodness, you capture a great sense of humor of us in a bar and a family with so many issues. So let's start with you. Tell us the impetus for this piece, this comedy. Tell us about the story.
Well, actually, I got the idea for the story about 20 years ago. I was at a book reading event up in Peekskill in New York, and I was one of the first people there. And then somebody came in later on. We were discussing the book, and one of the other members came in, and everybody asked her how she was doing. And the first thing she said was, "The wedding is off." And everybody stopped. They forgot about the book for the next 30 minutes. They were spilling tea on whatever happened to this, whatever couple how the wedding broke up and everything like that. So when I heard that, I said, that's a great line. That'll make a great line for a play or a movie one day. So I never forgot that. So I kind of reverse engineered the story. I said, I want to do a play about this. And I know that the end of the first act the line is going to be the wedding is off. So, and then I just work backwards from there, figure out the story about, a couple being in love and what the problem is, why, who wants to keep them apart and what have you and all that stuff. But that's where I got the idea from. But
it's a wonderful concept, a wonderful idea. Your characters, please join us, actors. We want to share this story and the joy of being a part of this and your input and what you felt as you were reading and processing these lines and bringing these characters to life, because this is the process that allows us as the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop to help you, the writer, bring life to these voices that have been inside your head for how many years now? How many years have you been actually working on this script?
But about 3 years ago, when COVID hit, I was home for most of the week. Everybody was basically going nowhere, so I had no excuse not to start writing and stuff. So that's when I started fleshing everything out and putting it down.
Well, the characters are so real. I mean, the entire cast brought these images in your head to life. You all to be saluted. Thank you so much. I mean, I was cracking up here. And thank you, Rhonda Hansome. I can see this on stage. That's the best part about this process, is seeing this process come alive. It's like a flower opening. And a comedy is not easy to sell, especially because it takes timing, it's shtick. But our actors this evening brought this to life. And I mean, it was seriously some funny stuff going on, each and every one of you. So the characters are engaging, they're consistent and unique to other characters in the script. And their relationships are clear and revealed in an interesting manner. Tell us, what do you think about that, Rhonda? Because you directed this. You had to put all these together. Give us your input on this process as well.
I love this. Well, I'm a stand-up comic, so the comedy really appealed to me. And again, like you say, these characters are so vivid, they're so distinct. And what I found just fascinating is both Boy and Rachel had similar arcs in their personalities. But everybody's got something that they're hiding, or they have a secret, or something is brewing under the surface. And I just love that JT has such a great sense of humor while moving the story along with so many characters.
Yes, yes, indeed. And that's the next thing, because a good play, especially for a comedy, has to have movement, has to have action. You know, the French door comedy concept, behind every door, there's something coming in and out. And in this particular style that JT has given us, really opens it up for that imagery, allowing these characters to come in and out and not playing for the laughter, but playing because they're real people. I mean, let's face it, Mr. Bobby, your your lines are like, oh my God. I mean, how keeping the straight face, Mr. Bobby. Tell us about how this impacted you, because you're the key to all the jokes running throughout the play.
Well, I just thought it was well written. The character was he was hilarious, and when I read it, I was like, oh, I like this guy, you know, and he had all of these different things, you know, that he constantly talked about. What's funny is how he says in the beginning of the play, he said, you know, I know things, and sure enough, during the course of the play, he just kept. The time you turn around, he was running something else down about, you know, how white people are and how he was trying to help the black race, and he was a comical piece. So I loved it. I loved the role, and I was, you know, I thank Rhonda for casting me in that.
Well, I've done stand up with this wonderful actor, this Adelco award laden actor, and I knew he could bring so much life to those jokes. But the way JT has written this character, Mr. Bobby makes great social commentary in addition to the jokes, and I love that combination for Mr. Bobby.
Indeed, because there's a story that is the arc of this story, and then there's another story that's underneath all of this, which brings it alive, because he literally is telling us this amazing story about our African American journey, and using comedy as a method of bringing this all together, even with the marriage. And I mean, the best comedy I've seen yet, in which white people are talked about in a manner that allows him to tell the story through his own life experiences. And then to be married to a white woman, oh my God, that just that's
lots
just
of
brilliant.
surprises, lots of twists and turns.
Yes.
And the mother character is just so beautifully rendered by Joanne. I have to say,
Absolutely.
What a great job she did with that.
Yes.
And all the characters, the Deacon and Ripley and Boy. I just love the chemistry. The chemistry was really starting to come through. I love that familial sibling rivalry, yet love between Vanessa and Marcus. And Massaquoi comes in there and just gets his objective taken care of. It's tremendous. It really is. Again, as you say, very well written. And I love the everybody gets a chance to, all the actors get a chance to sink their teeth into a multi-faceted character, which I love.
Mama.
And thank you, Deacon. Thank you for
yes.
my jackleg Deacon over there.
Absolutely. I mean, Deacon, since we're talking about Deacon, you had to play this so straight. And yet the secret for your whole character and the thread of your character was chasing the cat nonstop. And it's like, even to the moment after everything is breaking down, here you come back again to help.
One last chance.
One last chance before being kicked out the door. And of course,
not give up. I got to
never. That's right. Never give up. But you see, I mean, because the story is not perverting love and its concept, it's actually taking the humor of life itself and making us realize our foibles, because we can laugh at it. And each one of these characters are so rich in their development. And I mean, even Mama, oh my God, Mama, How could you keep such a straight face throughout this entire piece? Because I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with you either. I mean, how did you feel about taking this character to that next level? Because without your strict views on life, the moral of this story would kind of be lost.
Yeah, I love this character because she's been through, you know, she be trying all her secrets came out, but she just, you know, that's who she was. That's how she grew up. She had to keep that straight face and let everybody in the strip joint, everybody in the joint that she shanked, she had to keep a straight face and stab you in the back. Because if she let on,
Can I
she
say
didn't
something?
play her game. So it was like, oh really?
Please
But
share what you shared with us.
head was going, yeah, oh, Delmon, hold my hand because I'm hurt these. It was great.
As you were about to say.
I was saying, I was going to say, you know, it was very funny, but what I really like about it is the skill he had when, you know, things would be funny, but he would segue into some very important snippet of African-American history and lay it out right like that, you know, and that's important because we should never forget these things, you know, that happened to us.
Yes.
And I thought it was brilliant the way he did that.
Absolutely. I mean, weaving in the African-American concept and the story, cultural, significant pieces that would just, you know, right at the right moment, it didn't take away from the story or the plot. It wasn't didactic and trying to beat us over the head with too much of the history, but weaving a tale that actually, like Red Fox would probably tell a great story. We've seen this throughout our history and how comedy from Williams and Walker all the way up through that period has allowed us to use comedy to really tell most of our life story. And even to today with Tyler and, you know, the beauty shop, think about that. The concept has lived. Amos and Andy was another one that just really gave us our lives on stage, on camera, and a meaningful journey for us to appreciate it, really almost like giving a cultural history lesson. And definitely with the daughter and the son, oh my goodness, you guys fighting off it on each other, playing the video games, loved it. I mean, keeping that focus of attention. Tell us about your thoughts about each other as brothers and sisters. Anyone?
If I can just interject and get some feedback from some audience members, they've put in quite a number of comments.
I see, yes.
So Hal Wages has absolutely enjoyed this program. JT Smith and everyone involved, bravo. Alicia Foxworth says that mother was a trip. That is the truth. Frida Jones, you rock, JT, the casting director, bravo. I loved how you developed this. Vaughn Donald, Jason, kudos to you. You are an excellent writer. Sabora says, hi, Gail. Always a pleasure to see you. But Patricia Morton, love this play. Great acting on and liked how the characters played their parts. Sabora also says, Pamela, you played Boy so sweetly. Thanks, Sabora. Boy is responding to her. Jeanette Hill says, Deacon had to be familiar with the Baptist folk. Laugh out loud. Frida Jones, high level entertainment. So proud of you, playwright. Ann McCormick, so when do rehearsals for the full production begin? Great question. And then Frida Jones, also actors, you were very consistent and believable. We do have Alicia Foxworth who wants to go on the mic. Alicia, if you're still able to do that, go ahead, and then we'll get back to the conversation. And JT has some questions he'd like answered. So Alicia, are you still here? She may not be here. Okay.
As they say, the lines are open, so don't be shy.
The lines are open. If anybody else wants to go on the mic, click the raise your hand button at the bottom of the toolbar. And I'm going to launch these questions that JT would specifically like to have answered. But go ahead, Byron, and I'll get this going.
All right. So we'll come back to these basic questions. This allows us to gauge our audience as well as their input, either by voice or into the chat box. But I really wanted to have that conversation with the sibling, the rivalry. Talk to us in the process, both of you enjoying the role, obviously, and giving a chance to play off each other. So let's start with Vanessa. Vanessa, your big brother here. Well, tell us about this rivalry between the two of you.
Um, well, I actually do have siblings. I have a brother. He's younger than I am, but I'm very much familiar with the loving sibling rivalry. And so it made it easier to kind of draw from my own personal experience to get into the Vanessa role. You know, at any point in time, there's going to be one sibling that's going to kind of be the antagonizer, and the other one is going to try and get them back. So it's fun. It's a really fun dynamic, especially because you can definitely tell that there's still clear love between these two. But it was fun. It was a fun part to play.
Thank you, Marcus. You chose to take this role and take it to another level. Tell us about your experience in bringing forth this character through this process.
Well, I was a part of a staged reading version, which was basically just the first scene. And to see the fullness of the story and how everything develops and then concludes, made it so much easier to buy into who Marcus is and how much he truly loves, you know, his boy. So it's been a pleasure to you know, grow with the project, and to tell the full story and hopefully inspire people to love a little bit harder these days.
And it's not easy to play that kind of role straight through as a character, because you have to be soft and yet show male strength and be the lover that your beautiful actress playing opposite you, my goodness, Boy Johnson, really well done. That relationship's really played so well. And
Beautifully.
yes, absolutely. And I mean, thank you both, because you have to keep a straight line in your acting process, because you only get to do this on this Zoom process, and we have to see it really play, and it did very well. So congratulations on that. So tell us, Pamela, talk to us. I mean, you really took this role and rolled it with it. And did you have fun doing this?
I did have fun. I did. Thank you, JT, for the script, and Rhonda, thank you so much for the opportunity. And it was fun working across my Marcus. It was, you know, I imagined what it would be like if we were in person, but I felt like we did develop a chemistry.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think especially I like the challenge that JT gave me with her being, you know, really this young woman embarking on her, you know, marriage, and she's in love, and then, you know, she gets to meet her mother-in-law to be, and it turns really bad. It turns really bad. And you know, the whole dichotomy of, you know, church folks and, you know, being a hypocrite or trying to be a Christian and being, you know, good people. These are some of the words, you know, that come out in the script. And then, you know, having to put my religion on the shelf, you know. So I appreciated that challenge where Boy have you know, just lets mom have it. Because at first I was just kind of like, ooh, you know, and our director was like, go for it, you know, just go for it.
It's a really good ploy as a writer that JT called the lead ingenue Boy. I mean, that's what I call really excellent concept writing, because it's a challenge, and the first time you hear it, it's the joke. Jokes are really told in three parts. The first time you get this told, you may not get it the second part, and you hopefully the third time it's told is the rim shot. And it actually worked on that whole first page. We were getting it. And that's because the chemistry we could see between the two of you. And then I want to make sure everybody has a chance to talk, because going to the bar, having a bartender who hires a young student, I mean, in Queens, it's really interesting, because New York City's mega population, 8.5 million people, you can imagine how often the green card comes up in a borough president's office where young folks from another country are trying to get in on a visa. And I mean, it shows in our African American community. I'm always realizing how much our businesses secure and protect the village. So the bar is protecting the village. It is the entrepreneurial spirit for which gives us that understanding of how our village really sustains itself in these hard times. And I really appreciate JT telling us that story because that's real. That's what's going on right now in our country is we got immigrants who are here who are trying to make us, and not migrants, immigrants. So JT, you took on an issue that I really applaud for you. And Masakwa, you are the Asagai coming straight out of Raisin in the Sun. And believe me, it works so well. You really brought the character to life, and not just stereotypical, but made the Ghanaian input real. And that too is linking us back to the motherland. So this story is truly an African American story. And how did you feel about bringing that Ghanaian character to life?
It was definitely challenging. Definitely had to do research and had to transcribe a lot. Switching my personal vowels and consonants and the way that I speak, to, Massaqua's voice. So that was definitely challenging. But I thank Mr. JT. I thank Ms. Passion for the opportunity. Yes. And it was really nice working with everybody.
Well, thank you. It was nice to see you. It was very fresh in your approach. And then thank you, Ripley. My goodness, Ripley, you run a good bar.
That's what I wanted to bring up, Ripley. Well, first, that Natasha did such a fabulous job with the character, but I love the repartee between her and Mr. Bobby as well. The energy exchange between the two of them was very exciting, and you both brought so much to it. It was just great to see that element just blossom, actually. Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your comments. I'm also going to just put out anyone else wants to go on the mic. I know Marcus wants to go on the mic. I'm just going to read a couple of comments. Let's see. Anne McCormick says, presenting such an engaging reading on Zoom, an artistic collaboration that needs to continue. Thank you so much. Taria Smith, I enjoyed how Marcus and Vanessa related to each other as siblings. It was truly creative play with real life family dynamics. Thank you, JT. Also, tell us where you're watching from. I see Janet Hill is watching from Texas. Let us know where you're watching from. Mitch Hoffman says, it's Mitch from Kent, Ohio, chiming in. Beautiful. It was warm, funny, family struggles, history, and above all, love. And special congrats to Rhonda. And then Sabura also says, funny moment when Vanessa recorded the argument between Boy and Penelope. And Frida Jones, also actors, you were very consistent and believable. And Mitch also said in the Q&A, just a comment, I believe it's a story that's timeless, something almost all generations can relate to one way or another. I'm a sucker for happy endings, he says, thank you. Amen. And then an anonymous attendee says, will the Zoom production be reprised? Maybe. We'll hopefully.
Stay tuned. News at 6 and 11.
And this is being recorded and it will be up on our YouTube channel. And let's see, I'm going to read out the questions because I see some people have answered. But JT wanted to know 4 things. What was your favorite character? Number 1. Question number 2, what was your least favorite character? And question number 3 was, what was the most interesting scene in the play to you? And then number 4, what was the least interesting scene in the play to you? And then Marcus, go ahead, and then we'll turn it over back to Byron.
So it's a bit of a backtrack. I had raised my hand a couple of minutes ago, but I just wanted to piggyback on what Byron had said about how real the immigrant situation is. I myself, and I haven't really told people this, I've been propositioned with a marriage proposal by an immigrant before. And I mean, I'm not married, so clearly I didn't go through with it. But it happens more often than you would think.
Indeed, it does. Going back to our questions, so the survey is taking it up. This really helps us out, folks. as Kimberly was trying to share with you. So let's take a look at that first question again. What was your favorite character? Now, folks out there in the audience, take your time, but share with us, because we process your answers to give back to the playwright, because this play still has a process to go to the next level. Writing is rewriting. And at the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop, this is what we do in this atmosphere and this element. And it helps the writer, it helps the director, it gives us an opportunity to allow producers. We're hoping y'all are out there. Don't get nervous, because this play has to go to the next level and be on a stage somewhere. So please take your time, fill out the questionnaire. First question is, what was your favorite character? And you can embellish if you want to. You only got 200 pieces of space to use, so don't get too verbose, but take your time. So coming back to the story, we'll get to number 2 in a second. JT, now that you've had a chance to hear the voices again coming to life, what's your perception now? Tell us a little bit where you think this should take you to the next level in the rewriting.
Well, I first want to thank everybody. Everyone did an excellent job, and just like I said, it's writing stuff down on the computer is one thing, but when you hear people saying what you wrote and how you meant to be said and all that, makes a big difference and stuff. But yeah, I want to do try to maybe get it down to maybe 20 minutes shorter. But I mean, I was happy. I'm happy with the lines and stuff like that, you know.
It's interesting.
I was just sitting here laughing while they were reading and stuff. Even though I wrote it, I was sitting here laughing while they read and fed off each other and everything. So,
and the reason why I asked you that question, because as we were reading through it, I actually took down your time splits of your scenes. And I was thinking, as a producer, because I produce, and I was thinking, okay, this is a 2-hour, just at 2 hours as a reading. So literally, you could do this with about 10 minutes here. You know, acting it out on stage picks up a little bit more speed. But but at this moment, if you're under 2 hours as a comedy, as a 2-act play, this is what we're looking for in our theaters today. And so you'll see, if you go back and take a look at the videotape once it's given to you, look at the time splits. Your time splits for each scene are really very interesting and keeps it moving. You'll know where it lags after this, after hearing this, seeing it on the replay. But let's go to number 2, as we want to get these questions in. What was your least favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? So the audience out there, you're getting a chance to help us take this survey. So give us your notions and ideas. And if you have any questions as we're going through this, please don't be shy. Raise your hand or come into the chat room. We're going to try and get as many questions as we can. And question number 3, we're going to do 2 at a time now. What was the most interesting scene in the play to you? Now, it's only 200 characters. It's a short piece, so you may want to refrain from retelling the joke, but there's some good places here. Absolutely wonderful lines and scenes, both romantic and as well as some comic relief. Just brilliant timing and writing. So,
Byron, I like what Anne McCormick, a Brooklyn girl living in Western Massachusetts, said. Also, family secrets and past shames, covered by better than thou facades, crosses cultural, seriously relatable.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's what makes it work even more, because we have different cultures intertwining here. There's a prison culture, not to mention, because that's another driving force. That surprise of the prison information at the end is a real nice a piece to come to, because it's also not. We all know people who are probably going through Rikers Island if you live in New York City. Okay, somebody in everybody's family has had that. There's 18,000 people in Rikers Island right now. That's a small town.
This is
Okay.
a call from a correctional facility.
See?
Garland, did you want to hop in? I'm going to hold the poll open a few more minutes, and then we'll end the poll, and then we'll read the results. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kim. No, I just wanted to first of all say thank you again, JT. Great piece of work here. Really, from just a craftsman point of view. I mean, you took all of these elements, all these elements that we're very familiar with, rich elements, and you really put them together in such a way that has some real resonation. It really resonates, you know, with people. The story, there is something in here for, I think, pretty much anybody and everybody can relate to. And again, as Anne McCormick pointed out, I think very, very astute comment, that this crosses cultures. I mean, every culture. I mean, you know, we've heard of, you know, we've heard of Jewish families who've had issues like this. We've heard of Italian families, you know, Latino families. You know, we, you know, certainly heard from the Middle East, you know, with the whole honor killings, the whole thing where, you know, that gets really deep, right? So there's all sorts of there's all sorts of these things going on, and then the way you wove in. I'm glad that Byron talked about Massaquoi, because the way you wove that in, definitely shades of Raisin in the Sun for sure. But the way you wove that in, it was such a great fit at the end there when he comes in and he and Vanessa have hooked. I mean, it was just such a great option, because now Vanessa gets to make her escape now, right? Because also now we're dealing with two children who are dealing with a very overpowering mother, right, who does not want to let them live their own lives, right, without her, you know. And of course, you know, look, she has the right, she's mom, there's probably a lot of money involved, et cetera, but still. So you've really taken a lot of elements and put them together in this beautiful dish, if you will, this beautiful feast. And so I wanted to commend that. I definitely wanted to say that from a point of view. I noticed that, and it was really fun listening to it today. I also wanted to take a second and encourage any of our audience members to jump on the mic. We'd love to actually hear your voice in this conversation. So if there's something you'd like to say, just put your hand up, and Kimberly will pull you up onto the microphone, and we'd love to hear from you. In general, you know, also I'd just say dialogue. There's a lot of great dialogue in here, really good stuff. And I think, you know, given time to work on it and really put it together, I think all the elements are there. All the elements there. You know, your instinct to kind of cut a little time off, I think is spot on. And I believe you probably have gotten a really good idea of where you'd like to do that now, or where it needs to be done. But there's not a lot of fat to trim off this, so which is good. I mean, and this is the first reading of this full-length version of it.
Yes.
Right. So for what is more or less its first outing, really wonderful work, JT. Definitely. You know, and there are little ways to tighten up and stuff, and you'll see them, and you've already seen them. So. But let's hear from the audience. I'd love to hear some folks from the audience. And if anyone else has any in the cast, or anything else has any comments, you know, along the lines of the construction of the piece, or dialogue, or characters, or anything like that, or what they felt, please feel free to jump in anytime.
And to go on the mic, just use the raise your hand feature at the bottom of the toolbar. I'm just going to read out some of the results from the poll. The first question: what was your favorite character? Someone said Ripley. All great, but Mr. Bobby ends up as the catalyst for the others. Boy, she did not fold under pressure, and all were outstanding. Number 2, what was your least favorite character? I don't have a least favorite character, but I'd like to see Massaquoi's character develop more. All good. Of course, Rachel, loved all. What was your most interesting scene in the play? The reveal of Missy's background, first dinner meeting, the reveal, and post-honeymoon. The reveal in the bar, enjoyed all. And then lastly, what was the least interesting scene in the play to you? The gaming scene in the opening, seriously, all good. Can't recall none. So I think Janet Hill, did you want to go on the mic, Janet? Okay, we'll get her on the mic. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead, Janet.
Hi, everybody. Congratulations on the play. Congratulations on the great writing. Yeah, I see, Gil. Congratulations, amazing writer, and everyone really, really performed. And one of the things, because I'm a playwright, but also because I love plays, one of the things that I always look at is not stretching to identify with characters in the play. And that was very evident here. I could almost put a name to every character in the play of somebody that I already knew.
Mm.
You know, somebody that I grew up around, or some situation. I could put a name with those characters, and I always love that because that's part of what makes it real and makes it so relatable when you're watching it, and have people portray those characters in such a realistic manner until it did not look like it was acting. It looked like you knew a little something about everybody that you portrayed, and I love that. I love the idea of an actor becoming the character and not acting like a character.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeanette.
Yeah,
And if anyone wants to go on the mic, it's the raise your hand
Right.
feature. We'd love to hear you. And we'll take some more questions. Or rolling up on the 10 o'clock hour for a lot of people. So please feel free to get your comment or question in. And Byron or Garland
Yeah,
or anyone else from
well,
the cast?
I wanted to compliment the Frank Silvera Writers Workshop on its presentational format. We've done a lot of readings, folks, in the last 3 years since the pandemic, and you all have obviously done some yourselves, keeping your art alive. And it's not easy because we had to go through the strike, we had to go through the contracts with SAG-AFTRA, that whole thing. But Frank Silvera Writers Workshop stepped up and has taken its reading series to a whole new level of presentational format. And I think it's because of Kimberly and Dreamcatchers and Garland seeing a future how to use this new format for us to begin to create new audiences. And that's why we encourage you, everybody out there listening, even the cast, take the message. This is our 50th anniversary, folks. This is the year of the festival down in Winston-Salem. That's where I am. And as Arlen said, let us know where you're calling or writing or chatting from, because this is an international festival that's celebrating its 44th anniversary. And we're celebrating the 50th anniversary for 18 months now. You get a chance to help make a donation. And this is our favorite part of the evening, is to say, go on our site. Take an opportunity, go make a pledge right now, make a donation to keep this dream alive. 50 years we've been doing this. We got an Obie Award for playwriting development in our 25th anniversary. I was the executive director then, and look how far we've grown. From the store on 125th Street above a sneaker store. That's where we were. We had a potbelly stove in the office. Okay. And look where we are now. We have this technology in front of us. So congratulations to Frank Silvera Writers Workshop. Go to the site, the fsww.org. Did I get it right, Garland? Make that pledge right now. Make your donation. Help us get to that $50,000 level before we get to the festival in Winston-Salem. And then if you miss out, come on down to Winston-Salem, because it's going to be a ways. This is called holy ground now. That's what Winston-Salem has become. It's a new holy ground because it's now the National Black Theater Festival and the International Frank Silvera Writers Workshop. Here we are, folks, 21st century, and congratulations. So, how are we doing on, we got about 5 minutes.
Perfect.
And
Thank
yeah,
you
go
so
ahead,
much.
Kimberly.
I was going to say thank you so much, Byron, and thanks for everyone who's still being here. I know you could be watching a football game or something, so we really appreciate it. We'll get to these final comments here that I see. Boy Johnson, it was great playing with all of you. Continued success in your careers. Garland, it was great to be back in the FSWW house. Rhonda, thanks for thinking of me. Awesome. And if there are playwrights out there, if you want to submit any pieces, go to the workshop's website, as well as if there are any actors that'd love to participate in the process of the reading, that would be awesome. And people that are watching, if you want to find a creative way to participate, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll hand it back over to
I'll just,
Byron
or
Garland.
let me just say this real quick. Thank you, Kimberly, and thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who was commented in the chat or or on the microphone. Thank you, Jeanette. It's always a pleasure to see Jeanette Hill. She's a very wonderful and prolific playwright. So to have her here supporting us is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So thank you, Jeanette. Looking forward to seeing you down in Winston-Salem this year. Wanted to also encourage you to go to our website, thefsww.org, thefsw.org, and you'll be able to find out more about us and what we're doing. If you'd like to submit a play, you can submit your play there. There is a submission link, and JT knows that because that's where that's how he did it.
Exactly.
So it does work. We have proof positive that it does work. Somebody does actually read those scripts and get back to people. So you can do that there. Let's see, there was something else I wanted to let you guys know about. Oh, yes, I definitely want to point out, as Byron said, we are now the International Frank Silvera Writers Workshop as of last month, where we had our Australian playwright, Adam Zubrich, and Between the Wires. And next month, we have a play about a Chinese-American movie star from the 40s, Anna May Wong. So we're really excited about that. We're really getting some really interesting, and we've got some more fine subjects and some really interesting plays coming up. We'll be doing readings through June, and then we'll be picking up again in September. In the meantime, in between this summer, we will be headed off to the International Black Theater Festival down in Winston-Salem, Carolina, where we'll be heading up the Garland Lee Thompson Sr. Readers Theater of New Works for the festival. We typically read between 30 and 40 plays in about 5 days down there. It's quite a feat. So we'll be down there. So we've got a lot of things going on. We appreciate all the support. If you'd like to volunteer, there are definitely things we can use help with. We're always, writers. There's lots of little things that we can use help with. So if you'd like to volunteer some of the time, you can do that. You can also get credit for that as well. If you'd like to be involved in the readings as an actor, please send us your headshots and your resumes and your reels. We are actively taking those, and we're also actively looking for directors as well. So please send in. We're building up our actors and directors pool. So please, and if you know anybody that you think might fit the bill, might be interested, please feel free to send them our information and send them our way. We'd love to talk with them. This is all about a community, and this is what we're about. And we're about supporting the playwrights, supporting playwrights like JT Smith here. JT, I hope we will be in touch with you. We'll be talking with you further, of course.
Yes.
I hope this has been a successful thing for you, and that you've gotten a lot of great knowledge to take back to your laboratory now.
Yes, I do.
To your lab as
Most
you go
definitely.
and continue to cook this thing up into something magnificent. And we're going to do our best now to, what we do now. It's very interesting, and I just want to point this out really quickly before we go. What we do, and Dad has said this in interviews, is that we, in addition to helping to develop the writer with the actual work through workshops and readings and classes, etc., but we also lobby for these plays too. So this is the thing to do. We do what we can to lobby in our way to help get these plays noticed and help move them along their journey. So this is one thing that we also do. And new work, we are very dedicated. The mission for 50 years has been about new work, and it will continue to be about new work. I was just reading the biography, the memoir of Gail Merrifield Papp, Joseph Papp, the founder of Public Theaters, his wife. She's written a wonderful memoir, Public-Private, and one of the things that she talks about is how much Joe Papp, the great Joe Papp, believed in new work. And that singular belief is why the Public Theater in New York City exists today. And just look at it. But it's new work that built that theater. New work, not classics. He started doing the Shakespeare Festival, but he soon realized that he couldn't live on Shakespeare alone. He couldn't live on 500-year-old classics alone. We needed the new work. And he built an empire on new work. So the new work is very, very important. And we're doing our part in our neck of the woods to continue that tradition. It's a 50-year tradition, and I believe in it strongly with all my heart. And we believe in it here. And we're thrilled to say thank you to the Billie Holiday Theater and also to Zoomcatchers, our partners who allow us to be here and do this. So we're going to keep on keeping on. But if you'd like to join us and be a part of it in any way, please reach out to us. You can contact us through our website. So much love. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. And I don't know if anyone has any final comments or questions, or Byron, you want to close us out, or?
Well, yeah, sure. This is an election year, folks. Money gets spent in the arts a lot during the election year. Okay, that's why we do this. Make sure you keep telling your representatives, fund the arts. We are the balm in Gilead. And so with that support, look what we're doing right here. So I thank you all for being a part of this. And thank you, Garland and Kimberly and the cast. And Rhonda Hansome, I love working with you. Is this going to be an affair for the rest of the year?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening for Prenuptial Disagreements. And check out our websites and check out our next shows, Anime Wong Persona and Brooklyn Bridge and Fence. And we will see you next time.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thanks
everybody.
again.
And this will be
Everyone take
available on
care.
YouTube. And JT, Rhonda, hang around for a few minutes if you like. And Byron.
Yes.
Thank you, Cass. Gil, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joanne. You were awesome. Gil.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Mr. Bobby rocks. And Penelope. Wow. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.